Hello, operators, and welcome one more time to the Wargaming table here on the Sitrep Podcast. I'm your host, Oriskany Jim, and today we are joined by Sitrep 6 himself. Bill, how you doing?
I am doing excellent. I am ready to hit the jungle and weed out some baddies.
Awesome. Right, so as the title screen indicates here, we are looking at, we're trying to get a little bit back to our roots. Everybody, I realize that in recent weeks we have strayed quite a bit from the modern warfare post-1945 setting for which we kind of began our mandate. So we're definitely trying to get back to that a little bit. So we're looking at Colombia in 1989. This is, of course, the infamous. Well, I would say this: the drug war was a lot more than just the 1980s. According to some people, it's still going on. But this was definitely one of the bad spots. This was definitely one of the peaks. Sadly, the drug wars had many peaks in different parts of the world. I think Colombia in the late 1980s is the height of the Pablo Escobar era and the Medellin Cartel. So I think Pablo Escobar is finally neutralized in 1993. So those years leading up to 1993 is when things got really serious. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here today. So just for everyone to get a quick look at the general context, this is, of course, Colombia. Everyone knows it's in South America. Here's where it's at in South America. And these are the main sort of foci of the 1980s period of that drug war. Of course, all factions were intensely involved, heavily involved, in the country's capital, Bogota, which of course is clearly marked there. And then the two main cartels that were active at the time. Of course, this is always a very fluid situation. We're talking about the late 1980s, early 1990s. The two main cartels that were very active at the time are the Medellin and the Cali cartel. Medellin is public enemy number one at the time. Most efforts were focused on Medellin to be sure. Once Escobar gets knocked out of the box and the Medellin cartel, it doesn't go away, but it kind of breaks up into smaller groups. Some of them get absorbed by the Cali cartel, which had a very, very different sort of I don't want to say business model, but a very different sort of MO as far as how they ran their criminal empire. I hesitate to call it a business, but how they ran their shop, so to speak. And of course, into the 1990s, we see a new effort against the Cali cartel. But today we're looking at Medellin. So Medellin's got labs and distribution centers and plantations and farms and all kinds of facilities, shipping points, hidden in jungle airfields, God knows what else, scattered all throughout the mountainous jungle here in the central sort of continental spine of Colombia, which is where we're going. We're actually going to be taking a stab at a Medellin cartel drug facility here in the Zaragoza highlands, northeast of Medellin. So here's a closer look at what we're talking about. Zooming in on this map, I just wanted to zoom in super fast to show some of these contours. This wasn't like Vietnam. A lot of times the Colombian drug war gets compared to Vietnam. In some ways this was a lot worse because the mountains were a lot steeper. Some of these, look at some of these contour lines. We're going to be trying it today, actually. Try to fly a helicopter through some of these passes. It's not going to be. There are a lot of good hiding spots in here. Not a lot of roads, not a lot of infrastructure, even today, but definitely at the time. And it's tough for government forces, even with American support, to get in there and root out some of these facilities. So here's a map of today's game. Again, we're looking at pretty much a Heartbreak Ridge kind of coming here out of the northwest, leading down into the southeast. Hopefully these contour lines are visible and clear to you, Bill?
Yes, they are.
Because they're going to be pretty important in the game. Obviously. There are two main roads. The roads probably aren't going to play into this because the only real vehicle in the game is a helicopter. So these roads probably won't play too big of a deal into this, but I did want to show where they were because they do affect where some of the objective hexes are. This is a small jungle complex. We've got processing plant here, processing plant there. processing plant here. Notice they're all near streams. You do need a lot of water to sort of process this material. And then we've got near roads as well as a stream. We've got 2 shipping points. This is where the product, so to speak, not to sound like Don Johnson's cheap stunt double here, but the product is once it's finished at these processing points, is brought down to these roads and it's trucked out to wherever the cartel is actually going to ship it out of. So the government's coming in here and the government is trying to shut down all these areas. You've got to control, as the government player, all 5 of these points by the end of the game. Either control them, you don't have to garrison them. Either control them or be the last person to occupy them. Okay.
Yep.
So speaking of government forces, let's take a look. Alrighty. Cool. So here we are looking at the Colombians, and we have our newly created last night Colombia. Let me see if I can get this right here. Nacional Policía Colombia. So the National Colombian Police, basically, specifically search Bloc. This was a special force that was created for the federal Colombian police in the late 1980s, specifically to hunt down the Medellin Cartel and Escobar. So we've got Colombian special forces, although these are only D8, like regular troops. Hence, you've got more than the usual number. With the old M16A2 service rifle, so we drew new rifles for these because our existing pieces still had the 2012 Benghazi M4 assault carbines. So these guys are back to the old M16A2s that we saw in the late 1980s. However, there is still a grenadier somewhere. Alvarez is still carrying an M203. We do have a sharpshooter, Escobar Era. He is carrying the long-arm sniper rifle. And we do have a saw. Blanco's carrying a saw. And the team leader, of course, we have Mr. Carrillo himself. He's carrying the pump shotgun, just cause. The Colombians.
Hey Jim, real quick. People are saying that your background noise effects are a little loud.
Okay, who is saying that exactly? A science teacher?
Dutch, Jaffo.
Okay. So people besides because science teacher, no worries at all.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust because science teacher, but she always says the sound effects are too loud. So I will turn them down by about 1/3. Hopefully that is a little bit better. Cool, thanks very much for the heads up. Speaking of which, I should probably call up these chats so we can see what's what in real time. Okay, so again, we've got Carrillo, who is running this assault squad. Again, those are the weapons and the numbers that come with those weapons. There are also 2 Americans. These are the 2 main guys from the, because I can't resist. These are the 2 main guys from the Narcos television show on Netflix. We've got Mr. Peña, the Mandalorian himself, before he was the Mandalorian. And we've got Murphy. These are DEA agents. They do count as full-scale operators, so they are rolling D10 defense dice, and as you can see, their assault rifles are they have better numbers than the Colombian assault rifles. And we've got Murphy, whose shotgun has a better shotgun value. Actually, he does have the same shotgun value as Carrillo, because Carrillo's the commander. Okay, then we have Noreña. So Noreña is a criminal informant. He's a defector from the cartel. In game terms, he's going to act like the interpreter does in some of our other Sitrep skirmish games. So everyone here speaks Spanish. It's not really an interpreter. However, Noreña is the guy who actually knows some of these people personally, and he's going to try to either get them to stand down, kind of like the interpreter does, either get them to stand down or maybe even get them to switch sides. But in game terms, he's the air quotes interpreter. And then, of course, we have the enemy. The enemy are straight out militia. Hit them once, they go down. They have very low attack factors because of their general lack of training. We do keep an eye on the cartel leader, the local cartel leader here, Talavera. He is worth extra victory points. And again, we've seen all this before, so I won't belabor the point. D6s for pistols, 2 D6s for submachine guns or carbines. Also 2 D6s for assault rifles, And what was I gonna say? 3d6s for light machine guns. 1d8 affects everything in the hex for the 2 RPGs. And just because you requested it, there is a Black Hawk on the table.
Yeah.
So this is just a transport bird. This is late 1980s. I'm not even sure if the DEA was rocking Black Hawks in 1989.
Yes, they were.
In that early? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know Black Hawks were definitely in our inventory. I just didn't know what agencies had them at what time. But no worries. I went ahead and included it. I know they were involved in the 90s against Cali, but I wasn't sure about Medellin. In any event, here it is. So we're all set. Which goes into our setup and victory conditions. Oh, and then we have our ambivalent militia. Ambivalent militia is pretty much the same as hostile militia. They're just running around. Who knows what.
So they're like the farmer or something.
They're like the farmers. Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Basically, they're yellow. Okay, so again, for people who may not be familiar, we have the green letters. They are friendly. We know they're friendly. They're going to stay friendly, and everything's fine. They're on the payroll. Then we have hostiles in red H's. So if it's red, it's hostile. These pieces are editable. They can change at a moment's notice. They can even become friendly. Again, for people who may not have watched this particular game before, they can totally become friendly. They can turn into green Fs, depending on what the criminal informant does. So the part of what Sitrep Skirmish does is it tries to capture sort of the social context or the non-kinetic aspect of modern warfare, where a lot of times it's not shooting, a lot of times it's what you don't blow up, a lot of times it's who you talk to, that can make friends in a given area. I don't want to call it like the civil affairs part of modern warfare, but that is kind of a thing. Especially since these technically aren't military. I know they look military, but technically they're law enforcement. They're supposed to not shoot first and ask questions later. Now, this is a drug raid, so these guys are going in guns blazing. There's no rules of engagement or anything like that. But at the same time, they are technically law enforcement, so there is a slightly different dynamic there. So these A's, they could be hostile, they could be friendlies, they might be AUC, right-wing paramilitaries. It depends on what happens when you get adjacent with them, with your commander, with your interpreter, i.e. criminal informant, and talk to them, and you find out who they are. Until then, there's a big, neither side really controls all the pieces on the table, and we will be swapping back and forth. Militia figures. Militia figures can be on both sides of the battle in a given turn. Alrighty, so if I can find my stupid charts here. Okay, so the cartel's going to set up first. Anywhere not within 4 hexes of an objective, no worries. Nacional Policía Colombia or the DEA deploys by helicopter if they wish. Some or all of your forces can come in on ground. I doubt you'll want to, but just in case, you can. The helicopter has infinite movement. The helicopter can enter from any side of the table, and we do track their hexes for opportunity fire. There are no douches on the table, but there are RPGs, and even regular ground fire can damage a Black Hawk or the people inside. We do have some slight rules that we play tested with Rasmus during our Afghanistan Spetsnaz game, 1985, where we experimented with helicopters and how they fly. Basically, it's a very simple risk management system. The lower you fly, the more danger you're in. You can insert troops from one elevation level higher than whatever hex you're in. So if you're in a, say, elevation 3 hex, you can be as low as elevation 4 and still drop in troops because everybody's fast roping. And again, the higher you are, the less chance you have of any kind of a flight risk.
Sure.
So we've started to tighten up our victory conditions, because one problem I think Sitrep Skirmish has had in the past is victory conditions, where it's like, oh, if you kill the militia leader, it's a tie. If you've lost one figure, but oh wait, that one figure was only heavily wounded, so is 2 wounds equal a kill? Or we've had a lot of these problems with victory conditions. So we've started to tighten up our victory conditions. It's a simple point system. This was the same point system we had with our Spetsnaz game. It worked pretty well. We're going to see if it works again today.
Awesome.
Untitled Era. You get 1 point for every figure you knock down because there's a million figures. Talabera is worth 3 points because he's obviously the boss. If you eliminate him with an assault instead of by gunfire, he's considered captured alive, and you get 5 points. Don't lose any aircraft, and make sure that you. I get points for any hexes that you don't capture at the end of the game.
Sure.
And it's usually 6 turns, so it's pretty simple. All right. So let me go ahead and check out Mr. Chat here, if the system will let me. My backup computer is, I bought it kind of cheap because it's just supposed to be a backup computer, but basically a hard drive with legs. However, I kind of got what I paid for as far as how fast this thing is. Come on, machine, you know you want to. Okay, yeah, so because Science Teacher's with us, Walkabout Games is with us, Limburger's with us, wow. What are the cool colors and tracksuits? Well, these are Colombians. Oh, by the way, there are some cool, crazy colors in here. There are still soccer fans in Colombia, trust me. Oops, I am in the wrong Twitch channel. Sorry about that. How about Sitrep Podcast Twitch? I almost logged into Hobby Lodge by mistake. And I was like, he's not live? What do you mean we're not live? We're totally live. Okay, guys. They were definitely operators in the show, says Because Science Teacher. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy the tab over. Nope. Copy the tab over. Copy the tab over. It's been a very stressful weekend, guys. So do please bear with me. These games are not exactly download from jerkwater.com. Okay, so we're ready with turn 1. Let me go ahead and set up the cartel. Unless you wanted to play the cartel. I'm just kidding. I know you don't. Alright, so here's Talavera. Here's our boy. Here are the tracksuits that Jim's talking about. That's really just a shirt with some stripes on. It's not really a tracksuit. Alright, so who's Talavera hanging out with? Talavera is going to hang out with his... he's going to have at least a couple of his babes with him. Come here, there, Miss Thing. And he's going to have a heavy with him because he feels safe. And one AK guy. How about that? Alright, so these guys are going to gather together. And they're going to be hanging out by the main processing plant just because. Now the setup conditions do say that I have to set up at least 4 hexes away from a victory hex. That way, it just discourages camping. Otherwise, the game is legal and would still work. It would just be cataclysmically boring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm at least 4 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4 from that objective hex. No worries. Probably should have had this stuff set up before the stream started, but again, very rough weekend. These games sadly do not create themselves. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, making sure your setup is legal. Alright. Now some of my RPG teams. Alright, so apparently this guy in the kooky colored shirt is just really popular. Not even Talavera has a squad with 3 hotties in his crew. He only has 2 hotties in his crew. I don't know what's up with this weird shirt guy. This, we'll say, is Limburger. Okay, Limburger is the guy with a crazy shirt. And Limburger, I don't know what it is you're putting down, but the ladies are picking it up. So there you go. Aren't you glad you came to our chat? There, Mr. Limburger. Seriously though, I do appreciate you coming out.
Hello, Ben Johnson.
Hey, Ben's here.
Hey, Jim, do you know how to turn off subtitles in Skype? I don't know, all of a sudden I have subtitles.
Subtitles in Skype?
Oh, wait, it just disappeared as soon as I said that. Oh, wait, it's back.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about in Skype.
Yeah, I have subtitles.
That is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to turn them on. I didn't even know Skype had subtitles.
I didn't either, but all of a sudden I'm seeing everything you say is in subtitles.
That's kind of horrific.
Yeah, isn't it?
Not only are not only are you putting it with my inane blatherings, audibly, but now you have to read them too. That's I'm very sorry.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know if you had any idea on that.
I'm just indulging in some self-effacing humor. It's all fine. There's one more objective hex up here somewhere. Let's not give any freebies. Alright, we're still legal. Okay, cartel is set up. And now I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna put them all on the table. I'm just gonna grab a few collections of ambivalence.
Okay.
So ambivalent woman number 1, weird pistolero guy number 2, crazy shirt guy, because why not? Notice. Oh, I did put. Yeah, there are no ambivalent guys with RPGs. I put them on the table anyway, just in case new militia shows up. Again, there's also the street events table, so I am kind of on the lookout for that. Now these guys can pretty much show up anywhere, but there are definitely going to be no ambivalent. There's no one just wandering around the jungle with a rocket launcher right now.
Right.
They are heavily armed. Again, they might be rival cartel guys that will help you today, even if you're going to be trying to arrest or kill them tomorrow. They might be members of Los Pepes, although I'm not sure if Los Pepes was running around in 1989, but we'll just pretend they are. They could definitely be members of AUC. They could also be disenfranchised members of FARC, the leftist guerrillas. The remnants of, kind of what was left of the Marxist movement that was running around in Colombia, left over from the late 1970s. Yeah, it was kind of a free-for-all down here. Not to put too fine a point on it. At least 4 or 5 distinct factions. And unlike most wars, it never really coalesced into coalitional warfare. It's almost like an early day Syria, where there's multiple factions, all of them hate each other, and trying to make peace in that kind of an environment is very different than the more typical, Axis and Allies kind of a model. Okay, so Ben Johnson says, "Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? Thanks very much, Ben, for coming out." Dutch says now he has to survive. They are listening and writing down what I say. Yeah, those are Skype subtitles, so I don't even know who owns Skype now, but someone has me on record. That's not good. The map looks really cool, says because Science Teacher, but I would not want to track somebody through that stuff. Well, we'll see how Bill does now that the militia are set up. So we're ready to start turn 1. Okay, so I will zoom out slightly just so you can see the whole map.
Can you go back to the victory conditions real quick for me, Jim? I
Sure.
just want to review something real quick.
Make sure the whole thing is showing. There we go.
Yep, I got it.
Meanwhile, I'll check out Mr. Chat.
Yeah, I'm good whenever you are.
Alright, cool. No, I do not want to watch the 2020 Olympics right now. No thanks. Oh man. Ben says, I am on the road, running errands in a borrowed car. I'll try to hear all I can. Alright, Ben, well have good luck with everything you have going on today. By no means, getting in any kind of trouble or anything. Don't be listening to us while you're trying to drive, or trying to text or anything. Okay, so we were at the beginning of turn 1. I'm going to, again, zoom out so we can see the whole map. 19% pretty much shows the whole map on the zoom. There we go. That is literally the entire map. Obviously, when it comes to move, we'll zoom in a little bit, but just so you can see the big picture for a minute.
How many dudes do I've got down there?
You have a total of 8 Colombian police, 2 DEA, and a confidential informant.
So they can all. That's a loadout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not give you not enough guys. I'm sorry, I would not give you not enough helicopters to carry all the guys.
Okay.
Now they don't all have to come in on the helicopter, but you have enough helicopters to lift everybody.
Sure. Perfect. All right. So what I want to do is take that helo.
Yep.
Obviously, we're gonna say that all the guys are on the helo.
Yep.
At this point. Can you put the map full in view, please?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Okay. Are you able to zoom in? It's hard to see the hex numbers on my screen. You know, Jim, I'm gonna switch to my bigger screen. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna flip.
I'm on a 30-inch screen right now, and even I can't see the numbers right now. It's zoomed out just so you can see the whole picture. Now, when you're ready, when you kind of have an idea where you want to go, just tell me where, and I'll totally zoom in easily.
Okay. All right.
And before anyone in the chat asks, by the time you make the hex numbers big enough to read at any size, it starts to ruin the visual impact of the map. Because you're looking at just gigantic numbers. 90% of this game is played within like 1 or 2 hexes, so it's not... This whole map won't be used, but here are all the time-space options that Bill has. Also challenges, because again, these victory hexes are kind of spread out on purpose.
Can you do me a favor? Can you zoom in the map? I think it's I-7, India 7.
Alright, so that is going to be right smack kind of in the middle. Here is India 7.
I want the helo right there.
Alright, cool. Now, next question.
How is it going to get there?
Where did I put my RPGs? Did I screw up? I think I might have screwed up already. So what happens when I'm stressed out and going
Hey,
so fast.
Damon, welcome to the live stream.
Mr. Damon, what's going on? Alright, I'm not going to bring out my drawing tool because that seems to cause problems. So instead, I'll bring out this little bad boy.
You know, I might have to switch to my other computer so I can see you on the 50-inch screen.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I will...
keep going. I got.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be formatting the shape here.
Yep.
These are things a professional would have had set up ahead of time, but we're talking about
it's all good.
Not
it's
a
all good.
Okay.
Stop. It's all good.
So, yeah, India 7 was the target. No worries there.
All right. So the question is how they...
Yeah.
And they can come off at any edge, yes?
Yep, any edge.
Alright. You know what? We're just going to fly them from west to east. So we're going to come in off of what looks like Alpha 5, Alpha 6 area. Yep.
So something like this?
Yep. That'll work. Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with an official pizza for Ben for Sitrep viewing.
I'm sure he already has a favorite kind of pizza.
He says, I'll be home cooking pizza in an hour. Gotta have pizza with my Sitrep.
Okay, for some reason I put it down there.
All right.
I know what hexes I wanted to put my RPGs in, but even where you went, even the hexes I wanted to choose would not have helped. So no worries there.
So I am going to. Do we have to declare added altitude?
Yeah. So
I'm just flying Napa Earth.
Okay, so I'm one hex level above. What are we at? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Helicopter flight. Level 1 is you're visible at level 1, you're visible at level 2, visible at level 4. Okay, cool. It's pretty easy at this altitude. The lowest. Okay, you said Nap of the Earth. So the lowest you were ever at was technically level 1, level 2, level 3. So, did you want to fly at level 4 the whole time, or did you want to truly fly Nap of the Earth and be at level 1?
No, truly fly Nap of the Earth.
Okay, so you were at level 3 at Bravo 5, level 3 at Alpha 5. So level 3, go up to level 6. You'll be eligible for opportunity fire there, although not from one of my good hexes. Alright, cool. So, the lowest one you were ever altitude at was level 3, which means a pretty easy roll. You have to roll a 3+ on 1d10.
3+. Alright. On a d10.
Yeah,
okay.
This navigation, this helicopter flight table doesn't get really hairy until you're like snake belly down in these low, like if you're following this road at Nap of the Earth through this valley.
Yep.
And there's jungle, undergrowth, and trees on either sides in your rotor blades. Then you have to roll a 5 up, and even then, you know. But anyway,
I rolled
still.
an
Go ahead.
8.
All right, yeah. So there was no problem there. Didn't think so. Cool. And you only have to roll once per turn. Otherwise, every time you change altitude, you have to roll. And the law of averages is unfair at that point. Okay, cool. So now I will take some opportunity fire. Although not very much, because not many of my guys could ever see you. Back to back. Where are my... Excuse me. Oh, wait, now what? Where are all my counters? Is that what was crashing the game before? Oh, there they are. I was going to say, where are all my counters? My little opportunity fire counters. Alright, cool. Alright, so what's in that group? Not much. Oh, I got one RPK in there. Okay, now it's the regular vehicle damage table because it's a heavy vehicle. The Black Hawk is, but it's technically unarmored. Unarmored as far as like anti-tank weapons go. It's still like got some bullet protection. It's basically like the same kind of cars and SUVs we were driving around Benghazi, just a flying version of that. So vehicle damage table, okay. Cool, a simple 5 is all it's needed to hit a vehicle. So, I'm just going to add up the total number of hits because it's all small arms. Alright, so that whole stack is going to fire at that Black Hawk and see what we can do. Alright, so I got 2d6 from Chica number 1. I got 2d6 from her shirtless boyfriend. 1d6 from his shirtless pistolero brotacular guy there. 2d6 from the guy in the white t-shirt. And 3d6 from the LPD. I'm sorry, the RPD. The RPD LMG. I'll get there eventually. Alright guys, let's see what happens here. A whole lot of firepower. Although again, I need a 5 up to score a hit. Come on, dice. Be nice to me. Someone say a prayer. Where is Limburger? This is not Limburger's team. Alright. But I think this thing there in the red tank top is gonna do it for me. Let's see what happens. In fact, you know what? Let's just for fun make her dice red. There, now we know if she's going to score any hits. Alright, here we go. Webcam is showing. And hell no, she misses. Because she was busy taking selfies of herself. 1989, there's still such thing as a selfie yet. Historical error. Only 2 hits. That kind of sucked. Oh boy. Yeah, I needed a 5 up to hit a vehicle. That's technically a vehicle. So, no joy there. The +1 for opportunity fire does not really take effect for vehicles because the vehicle is so large for opportunity fire. Okay, now I go down here to the vehicle damage table and we see what happened. Probably not much unless I roll really well because I only scored 2 hits out of all those dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have gotten at least 3 hits out of that, but I only got 2. 3 or 4. 4 would have been a lucky roll. I got 2 because here we go again. Here we go though. I'm going to roll 2 10s. Here it comes for vehicle wrecked. Oops. I should probably show the dice tray. Here we go. Hell yeah! I shot down that helicopter. Oh my god, that cannot be right. Okay, we're gonna write a new rule for this. Vehicle wrecked, all passengers severely wounded or incapacitated. No, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll for that because I'm not gonna blow up the whole team with one roll. That's not cool. Okay, tell you what. I took the opportunity fire here. Do me a favor. Do me a favor, Bill. Roll a d6, and that's how many more hexes you can fly before the helicopter has a control crash.
A d6?
Yep.
Okay. Five.
Okay, cool. So 5 hexes from d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like you can make it all the way to the target if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, cool. So pretty much what you wanted to happen happened. It's just the helicopter kind of didn't land exactly the way we intended. Alright, so that is going to be... Okay, now for each member of the team, we're going to roll a d6. Let me put everybody up there. That was just blind luck, which is nice for once. Alright, cool. So, the wound table. You know what? Let's just roll on the wound table. No, let's not do that. Let's roll 1d6 for each figure, and then each figure that rolls odds has to roll on the wound table. Alright, so first roll for Carrillo. Give me a d6, please, on Mr. Carrillo.
Five.
Alright, he's going to have to roll on the wound table. But he's probably... Alright, next, Blanco.
4.
He's okay. Falcon.
6.
He's okay. Escobar.
5.
He's on the wound table. Alvarez.
2.
He's okay. Diaz.
4.
He's okay. Cabras.
3.
He's on the wound table. Herrera.
4.
He's okay. Pena.
2.
He's okay. Murphy.
4.
He's okay. The one white-ass Irish boy in the whole crew. Everybody else. And our boy, Norena.
6.
Sweet. Okay, so roll a d6 for Carrillo, please. Now these 3 are on the wound table.
3.
Okay, 3. I think he is lightly wounded. You know, I'm gonna make a copy of this super fast. Yeah, so he got crashed in the. He got hurt a little bit in the crash, but he is lightly wounded, no game effect. Okay, cool. We'll see about the next guy.
He got a 3, Jim. So isn't that a severe one?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I'm still trying to move the damn table over. Alright, cool. Yeah, so 3 is a severe wound. That does have a game effect. You will have a medic check on him. Alright, cool. Next, Escobar.
1.
He is perfectly fine. He walked out of that crash with no issues. Cabras.
1.
D6 is... Yeah, he's okay. Alright, cool. So only one guy actually wound up getting hurt in that crash. Alright, cool. And the helicopter is now... That is now crashed in the hex. So we get some victory points for that. Oh, boy. Sweet. So now I am at... Where's my little turn sequence?
So there was a question posed in the comments from Dutch.
Yeah.
Who said, shouldn't that be D6s because of small arms instead of D10s?
I don't know. In that case, it's impossible to shoot down a helicopter.
Well,
so whoever has helicopters wins the game. So we finished pedestrian move. No. There was no hostile move. There was no hostile move. There was no operator move. Operator vehicle move is now done. Operator pedestrian. There's an error. Operator pedestrian move. Okay. You guys are all in that hex. Does anyone want to move? The movement for Carrillo is reduced by 1 because of his wound.
Right.
But at the moment, they're all considered in I-7. I know they're not all in I-7. But...
I know what you mean. Let's take the 3 that you have off to the side.
Yep.
And 2 more, so we'll take Falcone and Blanco with Murphy and go to Golf 9. Or towards Golf 9. So you can go to Hotel 7 and, yeah, as close as we can get there.
Other guys can go, but if they all want to stay in 1 hex, that's where they're going to be.
Yep.
Okay, are the rest of them all going to be in 1 hex, or...?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Can you zoom out, please? And have them just go directly map east. So whatever is that, Kilo 8 there?
Yep. So 1, 2. They have full movement of 3. How far do they want to go?
Alright, so send them to Lima 8, please.
Cool. Yeah, because no one in that team is hurt. Only one person was actually hurt in that helicopter crash. Well, actually, I said E7, didn't I? Alright, cool. Alrighty, okay. Pedestrian move, interpreter checks, no one's adjacent, medic checks. Okay, there's time for a medic check. Alright, roll 1d6 as high as you can. Somebody here in this team is going to try a medic check on Mr. Carrillo to stabilize his wound, or even potentially reduce him to a light wound. Depends on how you roll. Roll as high as you can on 2.
Got it.
2, he is he's not stabilized. He can no longer heal, but you can try to stabilize him again next turn. He's now permanently severely wounded, at least for game purposes. But again, for medic checks, you get a 1 chance on your first aid check to get their morphine or some sort of a splint, clean it up, and it wasn't nearly as bad as it looked. But now the first medic check has been made, and it didn't stabilize him, so he's now, severely permanently wounded. Permanently severely wounded. Medic checks, operator, small arms. I'm not sure anyone has line of sight yet. Okay, so like we did in our Afghanistan game, obviously there are trees all over the place. Trees that I have drawn on there that are outlined in light green, hopefully you can see the trees that I have actually drawn on the map. they block line of sight. If there's any of that tree fuzz in the actual hex, it does block line of sight as well as all the other terrain rules. So I don't think anybody has line of sight on anybody else right now.
Okay.
So I don't think there's going to be any operator or militia small arms fire. No close combat. Bleed out check for an unstabilized wound. Okay, so that is going to be a D6 for you. Let me see what that is. Wound table. Severe. Yeah, please do not roll a 5 or a 6.
6.
Okay, he passed away. Oh no! You got my die rolls this time. Alright, that is it for Mr. Torrio. Never even got to shoot a shotgun. Alright, next. That's the end of the turn. Let me check out Mr. Chat. Alright. To further answer your question, Dutch, the, oh, never mind. I was thinking of something else. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get started. So we have the street event table. Okay. Determined threat level. It was tense, the middle of the table earlier. There was no operator gunfire last turn, -1 for that. No real explosions. I mean, the helicopter crash wasn't really an explosion. There are no good streets. Ooh, how are we going to do that roll? Okay, well, you know what? -1 for that. No successful interpreter, no operator gunfire last turn. What? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, +1 for no operator gunfire last turn. Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure that is the only click that applies on the determined threat level table. Would you agree with that, Bill?
Yeah, I would.
Alright, so that's going to be 2d6. Roll as high as you can, add 1 to the result.
I got a 9 + 1 is 10.
It comes 1 better. It is now quiet. Alright, cool. Despite the helicopter crash. I need to come up with better adjectives for that. The overall jungle is more friendly now, believe it or not. Okay, so go roll 1d6 on the street event table and add 1 to the result because it's now quiet. Or friendly.
I rolled a 1 + 1 is 2.
Okay, 2. 1 new hex of ambivalent militia, but the militia places it. Okay, so I'm looking at this row here. It's a negative result for the operators because I get to place the militia. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a d6. God damn, 6 new guys in the militia. Okay, what are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, pistol, 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 SMG, assault rifle, light machine gun. Alright, so let me go ahead and build that squad. And that's going by this chart here. Do militia table. Alright, so that's why I have these pieces made up ahead of time, so we don't waste too much time. Do I have any more pistol arrows? I have, yes, 2 more pistol arrows and are ambivalent. That's the 3 ones. I need 3 pistol arrows. Hey, I got 3 pistol arrows. Cool, I got some machine gunner. I'll grab this thing here. 4 is an assault rifle guy, and 5 is a light machine gunner. Holy crap. These might be FARCs, these might be right-wing paramilitary AUCs. So I gotta be careful. These guys are not on my side. So I gotta be careful where I put them. I will put them near my commander, though, so my commander can hopefully talk to them and get them over to my side. 1, 2, 3, make sure they're at least 4 hexes away. Alright, that takes care of the street events table. Ambivalent vehicle move, there is no ambivalent vehicle. Ambivalent pedestrian move. So we usually go by columns so we don't forget anybody. Odds, they work for Bill. Evens, they work for me. So first, this group here in Foxtrot 3.
Yeah, okay.
They work for me. I'm going to move them up this way. Just making sure I'm not missing any. The new guys in Mike 3. Let's see if my bold strategy paid off here. No, it did not. Where are they moving? The new big 6-man squad is moving where you tell them to this turn. Here in Mike 3. Now, word of warning, my commander, Talibera, can act as an interpreter.
Right, I understand.
Okay.
Move them to Lima 3.
Lima 3, got it. Oh, just 1X, okay, cool.
No, I'm looking at the past. And yeah, thank you. Lima 3, Kilo 4 to Kilo 5.
Got it. Okay, this group way down here in Oscar 13. They work for me. Those guys better be friendly. They're about to raid my little drug pit there. Then I had this one last group way the hell over here in A10. So A10, get it in the box, moron. They work for me as well, and I have the move off the table because the ambivalent part of the game slows the game down. They hear the helicopter, they hear the gunfire, they're like, the hell with this. This isn't our fight. Okay, that concludes ambivalent pedestrian move, hostile vehicle move. There are no hostile vehicles. Hostile pedestrian move. Okay, now going up a hill cost me 2 points. So it's 1, 2, 3. Every time you cross a contour boundary, it costs you 1 extra movement point. So that was my full cover. Even though I only moved 2 hexes, I do not get the cover bonus. Even though I'm in a tree line, conversely. Where I'm pretty much crashing through the trees so fast and climbing up the rocks in a rush, and therefore not using the trees that are in the hex to take cover. So again, for people in the chat, the cover in this game is not about the terrain that's in the hex, it's about how you're using it. So I'm just trying to get a line of sight in case he decides to occupy Gulf 9, I can get opportunity fire on him. Right now we can't see each other because of intervening trees in Hex Foxtrot 8. At least I think not. But that was the reason for that somewhat silly move on my part. It may not be silly, we'll see what happens. Other hostile hexes. Ooh, shoot, look what's happening. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm climbing up a hillside. I crossed an elevation hex, an elevation contour line there. So again, no cover. 1, 2, 3. He's going for my main drug lab. I feel terrible saying that, but I'm probably going to get flagged on Twitch.
So, Springtime just said, you're just playing Tom Clancy's scenario, aren't you? And I do take responsibility for the disaster unfolding. What disaster?
I'm just playing a Tom Clancy scenario, aren't you? Springtime, you are wrong, but you're not far wrong. What I'm really playing is an episode of Narcos. As long as we want to get technical about it. Oh, that would be crossing another hex line. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's all my guys. In all seriousness, one of the things about this kind of conflict is so much of it was so badly documented, or it's still classified, or it's still in some kind of protected file. Hell, it might be locked up for purposes of legal confidentiality. Because again, we're not talking about a military game, we're talking about a law enforcement game. That sometimes we have a bit of a blank page as far as, I mean, not completely a blank page, but sometimes we get a little bit of leeway when it comes to designing our scenarios. But yeah, this is not a specific raid. This didn't happen on like June 12th, 1989 or anything like that. This is pretty much just the kind of thing that you see in the Narcos television show, to be honest. Not Tom Clancy. Not a fan of most things Tom Clancy has put together. Actually met him once, very, very briefly. Way back in the day. About the time this scenario took place. I met him very briefly in 1991. So, not too far from this. And by met him, I mean, I was standing in formation and he shook my hand. I don't think he would remember meeting all of the other 17,000 Marines he probably met that day. Okay, so that's it for my movement. We now go to operator vehicle move. There's no operator vehicles anymore. Operator
So let me ask you this. Do I get to call in another helicopter?
Sure, why not?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, that was a freak roll, and I'm not trying to crash the stream or whatever.
No. I mean, it happens. It happens, you know.
I mean, to get you out,
say
you don't
Black Hawk down, you know.
You don't have to leave the table. Yeah, tell you what, the operator vehicle thing, we'll have roll a d6, and you need a 6. On the next turn, you need a 5. On the next turn, you need a 4. I'm totally stealing from Flames of War here, and eventually you will hopefully get another bird. No more troops, but another empty bird.
Right.
All right, so we're technically a perfectly timed question. We're in the operator vehicle movement phase. See if you can throw a 6 on a d6.
All right. Rolling a d6. I got a 4.
All right, cool. All right, so remind me next turn, guys. It'll be a 5 up. Okay, so yeah, operator pedestrian move.
All right.
You want me to zoom in a little bit?
Please.
Because we kind of know where the operators are. And there's a lot of green on this map. Clear and Present Danger was the one I was referring to. It takes place in '88. That was I know I just did a lot of shit talking about Tom Clancy. That was a good movie. That was a pretty good movie. Yeah. The RPG ambush scene in the streets of Bogota was pretty harrowing.
Yeah, and that really happened.
Yeah.
That is actually based on an actual event. So, okay, so for operator movement at this point in time, actually, I think I'm going to have those guys stand pat.
Okay.
If you go over to the other unit there, and just zoom out a little bit for me, please. I need to see the...
There are a lot of red arrows moving toward you.
There are. Can you zoom out some more, please? I'm sorry. I need to see north of me, so... Alright, what I need you to do is take those guys that are in Lima column.
Yep.
And move them... Lima 7, Kilo 7, Kilo 6 if they can make it.
Yep, because they're always heading downhill. They are crossing elevation lines, but they're going downhill. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, it's Dennis Cross. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, what's going on? It's been a long time since I've seen you on the stream. Yeah, so interesting decision there, guys, for people there in the chat. Bill was like, do I go for the objective hex and pretty much, walk into a 3-way crossfire there? It wouldn't happen this turn. It would probably happen next turn. Or do I head north and make some friends? Could have made some friends down here, but there aren't as many, and they're mostly carrying pistols instead of machine guns. There are some pretty serious...
Gaz is on the stream too.
What?
Hey, Gaz.
Oh my god. I do not see Gaz. Am I in the wrong channel? I am...
No, Joy. He's on
Twitch.
Twitch.
He is. Yeah, he's in Twitch. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so obviously we'll see what happens here. Now that we've done movement. Come on, Excel. Pay attention. Don't crash on me again. Swear to God. Operator pedestrian to move. Please ignore that typo. Interpreter checks. Uh-oh, here we go. They are ambivalent. I think you need a 4-up. It's different for ambivalent and for hostiles. Come on. To change a whole hex from ambivalent to friendly, you need to roll a 4-up. So get your best d6 and roll a 4-up.
I got a 4.
Barely made it.
Barely made it.
Apparently, Miss Thing here in the blue jeans and the little red t-shirt is Norania's ex-girlfriend. She's forgiven him for that time he left without saying goodbye, and she talks to all her hombres here, and they say it's okay, guys. Oops, I just doubled them by mistake. That's not what I meant to do. Including her new boyfriend, that big sumbitch with the RPK. He's scary. So all these guys, again, for people in the chat who may not have seen this before, oh, come on, machine. Become friendlies. They are now bills to command for the rest of the game or until something else happens. Friendlies can become ambivalent again. Friendlies can become hostile again. But for now, those guys work for you. So there we go. The tide may be turning, and that's also going to give a pretty serious bonus to next turn. So good deal there. All right, so that's it for interpreter checks. Medic checks. The one guy died, so no worries there. Operator small arms.
No fire.
I don't think
I have no targets.
Yeah. All right. And then the same would go the other way. Double check that.
So the question I have is, do those guys get to move now?
No, because note that interpreter checks takes place after operator.
Yep, you're right. You're right. Thank you.
A carefully considered turn sequence, I feel. And I'm not saying that I always succeed in my own games, but like in games that you buy or whatever, a carefully considered turn sequence is the hallmark of a good game. Because if you really pay attention to the turn sequence, and the turn sequence is well put together. A lot of games have junky turn sequences. Or they have turn sequences where several phases of the game are just kind of thrown together in one paragraph because they didn't feel like writing a real, rule book. Yeah, you have some problems there. Alright, so, yeah, it doesn't look like I have any fire. There's going to be a lot of short lines of fire. Colombian Jungle, 1989. Picture Predator, except there's no Predator. I should totally make a Predator piece. Our next game of Sitrep Skix is going to be really, really asymmetrical. It's going to be 8 operators with total D12 jacked up defense dice against one Terminator. One Predator. Did interpreter checks, did medic checks, operator small arms, no close combat, no beat out checks, no victory checks. Yay, turn 3.
We got to do bleed out. Oh no, he died. Never mind.
He passed away.
He died. Do you want to check the comment? Springtime says we get
Yes. Before we start the next turn, I'm going to go through the chat.
Yep.
You read my mind. Okay, so Clear and Present Danger says Springtime was the one I was referring to. Yep, that's a good game. Hopefully it doesn't turn into that. That game where... wait a minute, those were Blackhawks, right? Not that I'm going to use a movie as a historical reference, but they actually dropped them into...
All right, Jim, so I'm going to give you some historical context for this. Here's your providence for this. When I was at Fort Bragg in 87, 88, in the later 80s, those who were getting ready to ETS out or whatever, were approached by the DEA and SOCOM, Southern Command, looking for volunteers to work or go to the DEA to work in Central and South America for drug interdiction. So there were a lot of people from Bragg and that went through Jungle Warfare School and other things that were tasked or asked to go to DEA to work in Central and South America. So everything you got based here, Blackhawks, military advisors, all that stuff actually happened, and all that stuff. So
I'm really not just ripping off Tom Clancy.
No, sir, you're not.
No worries at all. Okay, Let's see here. Twitch. Dutch says, yay, one gringo down. Actually, that is not true. The one person who has died so far is a Colombian. This is Carrillo is the name of the character. I'm sure they changed the names of the characters in the TV show from the historical people they're based on. Especially that guy, because that guy had all kinds of problems. He was one of those cops who goes way too far, but then again, he is in the middle of the Colombian drug war. So he's the guy that was in charge of search Bloc for certain parts of its history. So I went ahead and named the commander after him. He does not die. He gets sort of forced into retirement because, again, he pushes a little too hard in some of his street tactics and winds up basically getting fired. Not to put too fine a point on it. So Dennis Cross says, I really like this map. The shading punches up the delineation between the elevations. Cool, thanks very much. Yeah, I sort of started to draw my maps like this. So when it comes to Sitrep Skirmish, I can either draw like really tight maps, where like the one we had in Timor with Dylan, where like 3 or 4 buildings is all that would fit on the map. And it's literally door kicking, room to room, clearing out, the hexes are like 5 meters across, kind of thing. But one thing that Bill did ask for with this week's game was some helicopters and some Blackhawks. When you have helicopters, you need a big map. So we had recently tested helicopters on some new Sitrep maps earlier a couple weeks ago with Rasmus when we did Spetsnaz GRU operations in Afghanistan, the Peshawar Highlands, or thereabouts. I think that's technically in Pakistan, but that same mountain range that kind of forms the border between those two countries. In 1985, which is when Spetsnaz was really brought into Afghanistan. So we tried out some Mi-8 transport birds. So we sort of had some play testing done on helicopters on this scale. So that's why I drew the map this way. Helicopters become really, I don't want to say overpowered, but they become almost too useful and also at the same time too vulnerable when there's no elevation. So I'm using helicopters in a lot of ground in a lot of maps where there's a lot of elevation. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but if there isn't a lot of elevation, would they really even use a lot of helicopters, or would they simply use trucks at that point? Trucks, jeeps, armored vehicles?
Oh, well, it depends on, if they want to get in fast, drop, and, are they trying to get people behind, as a cut them off? You might have like a main force coming on ground vehicle, and then either a QRF or another force that's coming to cut people off. So
this is that spear and net that you saw in early stages of Vietnam a lot.
Yeah.
Tanks went in the front door, helicopters flew in through the back door, and
the
idea was to trap them. It never really worked.
Right.
Because, surprise, surprise, trying to find the Viet Cong in the jungle is kind of hard. Cool. Yeah, welcome very much to the chat, Mr. Gaz. Tom Clancy was not a fan of the movie, as the book was different. The F-15 shooting down D-World aircraft flying to Florida. Holy crap. Yeah, that did not happen in Clear and Present Danger. I do like the F-18 bombing mission in Clear and Present Danger. That is pretty intense. I do like that. Thanks very much, guys, for the kind words about the map. Hello, Walkabout Games. Springtime retracted a message. No worries. Springtime, we get it. You're a big Mandalorian fan. Did you have to go to Narcos instead of just joking? Probably. I did name him Pena, so I wasn't. If I'm joking, I'm only half joking. There is
and
a guy.
Pena was the real DEA agent, so.
Oh yeah, I was just kidding around because he's played by the same guy who plays the Mandalorian in the Star Wars show.
Yep.
But by and large, no, not a Star Wars fan. I am the worst kind of Star Wars hater. I am the former Star Wars fan. I am the Star Wars apostate. I know everything a Star Wars fan is about to say, and I know why he's wrong. But moving swiftly forward, we've got no chopper left to do. That's right, Damon, although a new one may be showing up on the table soon. Yeah, Dutch says, yes, Predator, do it. We have had Predators on the table before, in a joking kind of way. Yeah,
you did. As hidden token, right? We flipped over.
Yeah, we had Arnold, we had Predator, we had King Kong, we had T-Rex, Anaconda. With this sort of setup, it would be good to see a Bat-21 game, says yes, that's actually a really good idea. I was thinking about having this be a hostage rescue mission, but I didn't want to get things too complicated. Again, hostage rescue isn't quite bet 21, but it's, yeah. Basically, you have to go in here and you have to pull out a friendly. Is the overall dynamic of the game. Oriskany versus Sundancer, that would be good. Oh, and a Star Wars content? No, that's fine. I don't want to harsh on anybody's fandom. I was just kidding about all that. I used to be a huge Star Wars fan, and then, I hate to say it, Star Wars fans ruined it. It wasn't Lucas, it wasn't Kathleen Kennedy, it wasn't Disney, it was the fans. The fans have ruined Star Wars. Because you can't say anything about it without, getting jihad levels of hatred thrown at you. So it's not even worth talking about anymore. The Star Wars fans have taken all the fun out of Star Wars. Not to put too fine a point on it. Moving swiftly forward, turn 3. Let's go to... Oh man, this is going to be a good roll for you. Because we still have had no operator gunfire. And there was a successful interpreter check last turn. So +3 on the roll. Holy crap. Bill, if you're still with us, roll a...
yep, I'm right here.
Oh, no worries. Roll a 2d6, add 3 to the result.
2d6, 3 to the result. I got a 7 plus 3, 10.
Okay, it is now very serene. So now when you roll 1d6 on the street event table, you actually add 2 to the result.
2 to the result. Okay, d6 plus 2. Here we go.
Here's where
I got a 5.
Oh my god, 5 becomes a 7. Because we're adding 2 to the result. 1d6, 1 new hex, a new friendly militia shows up. So not only... Apparently AUC is coming out of the jungle now. That's bad news for me. Another 6 guys. Oh my god. Alright, let's see who they are. Oh god, this is going to be terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh jeez, a friggin' assault team just showed up. 2 RPGs, 3 LMGs, and an assault rifle.
Nice.
Nice. That's horrible. What are you talking about? Nice. I don't even know if I have that many guys left. Alright, so 2 RPGs. Those were the 6s. I don't have any more militia RPKs. I have to go copy some. Let me find one here. Any RPK will do. Here we go. Let me just try to get where they're not all exactly the same shirt. One more, guys. Come on, give me one more. Okay, the hell with it. 2 of them are wearing the same shirt. How dare you wear the same shirt to my firefight? They're bitching at each other like middle school girls. Tiffany wore the same dress to the junior prom as me. Man, she's no longer my BFF. Oh, they're friendly. What am I talking about? Friendly. This team is now friendly. These 2 are still friendly. Oh my god. Come on, machine. Give me a break. In all honesty, though, it's not so bad because I'm already winning right now 12-0. Technically, I'm winning 42-0, so this is where the game is really supposed to swing. So far, I still control all 5 objective hexes. That's 6 points each, 30 points. Knocked down a helicopter, killed an operator. So far, and the game is practically half over. So I know the game kind of feels like it's going off the rails, and it kind of is. But is it going off the rails fast enough? Alright, cool. So this new militia squad, these are already... You don't have to interpret these guys. They came on the board friendly. I believe we said the rule was they pop up pretty much wherever you want. They just have to be at least 4 hexes away from any objective hex or 4 hexes away from any active combat unit. So they can be close to another ambivalent unit, but they can't be within 4 hexes of a friendly hex or a hostile hex or an objective hex. So I'll zoom out so you can see the whole map. This might be the payback for the helicopter, because some of these objective hexes that Bill was going to have a very tough time reaching within the turn limits, he can pretty much just overrun right now, almost for free.
So 4 hexes, yes?
4 hexes away from any green or red unit or objective hex.
Okay. Can you put them in... Is that Yankee...
Yep.
5 or whatever that is up there?
This is Yankee 5 right here.
Or go to north.
Yankee 3?
Right there. Yep.
Alright, Yankee 3. Limburger, you say that there are too many heavy weapons on the table? Well, I would kind of agree with you, but that was the roll. That's not a normal roll. Okay? The game is designed to be to skew a little bit more towards pistols and submachine guns, but or at the very least assault rifles. I think the middle of the board, the middle of the roll is SMG carbine, assault rifle. No pistols, because this is not street crime. This is the Colombian drug war, and if you think that war was fought with pistols, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh yeah, they were using Soviet Bloc. They were using all kinds of weapons. Soviet Bloc,
light armored
FNs.
vehicles. They were knocking down helicopters. They had surface-to-air missiles. This was not.
They had
typical...
Stingers.
Yeah.
You know,
This
was belief that they got hands on Stingers.
This was by no means a London Underground kind of a street battle. This was not South Central LA. This was a friggin' war. That said, yes, I do see your point, and I'm sorry, but the dice said otherwise. Again, that die roll is absurd. That's an absurd roll. That's why this new squad came on armed like 24th Mechanized Infantry, because holy crap, look at that roll. Okay, so that takes care of street events. Ambivalent vehicle move. There is no ambivalent vehicle. Ambivalent pedestrian move. Is there any ambivalent left? Yes, there's these guys. These guys up here in India 3. Okay, Mr. India 3 says they work for you.
Excellent.
Oh my god, you're gonna...
Can you move them down India 4 to Juliet 4 to Juliet 5?
Yep, I can totally do that. Oh, actually, no.
Oh, no.
They go up a hill there. Yeah.
Right there. That's fine.
No worries. They're trying, but they had to climb that hill.
Yep.
A lot of elevation on this map. Alright, that takes care of them. Anyone else? There's this group here in Oscar 10. 3, they work for you as well.
Hot damn. Alright, let's just move along the ridge line. So, is that Oscar 9 to Oscar 8 to Oscar 7?
Hostile. No hostile vehicles. Hostile pedestrian move. Yes. One, 2, 3. Escobar Era and his little coven of cuties and his 2 bodyguards. Alright. I go into combat, I bring the Diaz sisters, or whoever the hell they are, I don't know. What else do I want to do? 1, 2... Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and occupy that X. One. I'm going to take cover behind that. When you're immediately behind an elevation line, you can't be seen by higher elevation. But you have to be immediately behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they don't have the movement points to finish that climb. Because to move from Kilo 9 to Juliet 8 would cost 2 movement points. Now these guys only spent 2 movement points. They will be, survey says, concealed. Same with these clowns. Same with these clowns. Am I right? Let me check. They were in Papa 5 last time. 1, 2, 3. Negative. They do not get to zoom ups. Because they spent all 3 of their movement points. I think that's it for my movement. Checking. Cool. We now go to vehicle movement for operators. You need a 5 or a 6 on a D6 for a new Black Hawk.
3.
Okay, next time it'll be a 4, 5, or 6.
Okay.
Okay, operator pedestrian move.
Alright, so my interpreter group.
Yep.
I'm gonna move up to Juliet 5, please.
Cool, and now you do get to move these militia guys normally.
Yep.
Okay.
So
you've got
the
2
militia guys.
Yep. Go ahead.
Are gonna move up to Kilo 7. Or I'm sorry. Before you do that, can you zoom out, please, so I can see the entire map?
Oh no, I zoomed too much.
That's a zoom. That's satellite view.
Here's the whole map.
Thank you. All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Limburger says he steals the drugs. Let's party. See you at the party, Richter. Wrong Arnold movie. I apologize.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move those guys to Kilo 7, please.
Alright, no worries. 1, 2, 3. So they spent all 3 movement points. Okay, and then the last group, if you want to move them, are these guys right here in Hotel 8.
I think I'm gonna hold them. You know what?
Ooh, that reminds me, these other guys only spent 1 movement point, so before I forget, they get the covered bonus.
Yep.
Alright, that's this group here. These people spent all 3 movement points, just down to this group here. If they stay put, they get covered.
I'm gonna have that group fall back to India 8.
Alright, they spent 1 movement point, which means they are also going to be covered. I believe that is it for movement. Oh no, use a... We never...
What?
That new group of, oh, that's right. Yeah, these guys that popped up at the, the street events that you get to move them as well.
All right, so we're gonna move them to, what is that? Whiskey or Whiskey 2?
I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, basically northeast, northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whiskey 2 is right here.
Yeah, because they're gonna go up to an elevation and hang at that.
Actually, they're going downhill.
Oh, that's downhill. Oh yeah, you're right. So let's move them to Victor 1 then.
No worries. God bless. Look at this freaking squad. This squad is more powerful than, well, if they also had D8 or D10 defense dice, which they don't, they're just militia, they would be almost more powerful than the original force, the original operator force. They're probably packing almost as many weapons. 2 RPGs. Alright. That takes care of operator movements. Interpreter checks. Oh, here we go. We have 2 interpreter checks this turn. Okay, so first, the friendly one, that's Norenia, is going to talk to this crew up here.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of his ex-girlfriends. Alright, Norenia, work your magic.
Alright, what am I rolling?
They're still ambivalent, so it's going to be a 4 up on 1d6.
5.
Cool. There now, friendlies. Oh my god, dude. This is turning into one of Gaz's games. Where it's like the entire city of Benghazi, just Feb 17 parade coming down the main boulevard.
I think it's just U.S. cash speaking. Well, you know, it's kind of hard to say because back then, the cartel had all kinds of cash, so...
The cartel had cash, the cartel had a lot of enemies. They had enemies
Yeah.
on the leftists and the people on the ultra-right, AUC and FARC, and these might be Cali cartel members who are your friends today because you're here to blow up the Medellin Cartel, and that's their main competition.
Yep.
All right, meanwhile, Mr. Talabera is going to talk to this crew. Again, ambivalent ambivalent militia. He's going to basically be trying to make the same roll. 4 up. A 6.
Go.
Hell yeah. I have new friends too. There are no ambivalents on this table, man. Everyone wants a piece of this action. This is about to turn into a freaking Panzer Leader game. Holy crap. Alright, now please let me select more than one letter this time. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it. Ah, you suck. Come on. Alright, it's not letting me do it. I gotta do it the long way. Ugh, it's annoying. Usually there's a shortcut. Sorry everybody, but this is a little bit of, there we go. Cool. Editable counters. You gotta be careful with that. Alright, so that takes care of interpreter checks. No medic checks. Operator small arms. I don't think there's any line of sights though. Let me check up north. Because these militia guys get to shoot. Nah. Close. One, not really. Yeah. So a lot of maneuvering, a lot of talking, a lot of money changing hands. No actual shooting yet.
Sorry, guys. I know you came for the combat.
They call it non-kinetic warfare for a reason. Alright, so that is... I have a feeling once this game kicks off, it's gonna half the table's gonna empty out in one turn.
Yep.
Medic checks, operator small arms, militia small arms, no close combat, no VO checks, no victory checks. Look at the bright side, the turns are going quick. Oh my god. Okay, so there was a successful interpreter check last turn. There was a successful interpreter check for me last turn. So that +1, +2 for the interpreter check is going to kind of balance out. However, there was still no operator gunfire for last turn. So yeah, roll 2d6, and again, add 1 to the result for no operator gunfire last turn.
How's a 12?
Holy crap. So yeah, needless to say, it would go up 1. There is no up 1. It's already at the top of the chart, or technically the bottom of the chart. It's already at the best possible place. So we're still at +2. There we are going to go to street events table, roll a d6 again, 1d6, and add 2 to the result again, because we're still at serene.
I rolled a 2 + 2, 4.
4 is no militia in the street, so nothing happens. Awesome. We can skip that phase. We go back to hostile vehicle, hostile pedestrians. Two. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Talabera, in true Colombian drug lord fashion. 1, 2, 3. Hauls ass the other way. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to overload this. I'm really going to jam up this hex. I got to keep these guys in somewhat decent and somewhat different groups, because some of them are getting cover bonus. Some of them are not. So give me 2 seconds to get this straightened out so that the map is clear. Because some of these guys spent 2 movement points getting here, some spent all 3. So the first rank, ranked armies, even in Colombia, right? The first group get the conceal bonus. The second group does not. So those guys in the back, they do not get any kind of conceal bonus. The first group does. Okay, that was some of my movement. Any opportunity fire from these clowns here? I almost don't say you'd have to because militia gets to shoot first anyway.
Yeah, we'll avoid the opportunity fire.
Alright. 1, 2. 1, 2. Because I'm going uphill. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. They are still concealed. So I really want that stack toast. Other hostiles. Just so he's not swinging in the breeze.
What's our term limit?
I was saying 6, but who knows? I mean, I also don't want the stream going too long.
6 is fine.
I mean, I'm sort of kicking things off here. I'm probably being a little more aggressive than I should be, but I also don't want these guys to get overrun. Also, apparently new enemies for me keep showing up every turn, so I should probably kick something off here. That would just be dumb. Yeah, no, you're coming to me. I'm not going to be that crazy and aggressive. These guys got the cover bonus because they only spent 1 movement point. That was everyone, because we got no one way out here. Cool. That is everyone. Alright, cool. That's it for my movement. We'll now go to operator movement, which includes friendly militia.
Okay. Let's see.
Friendly on top says Dutch. Yes, we did catch that. We got it. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Can we move that friendly militia that's in Juliet, was it 4?
Yep.
No, not those guys. The guys above them.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Can we move those to
militia.
Kilo... No, move them to Lima 5.
1, 2, 3. Holy crap, we got a freaking Royal Rumble going here. Yep.
And then can you move my task force guys to Kilo 6? No, yep, those guys.
They are also going to be concealed now because they spent 2 movement points. Climbing that hill. Alright. Now I will take opportunity fire. Because if I don't, militia, your operators get to shoot first, and I will literally never survive. So I've got 8 people in that hex. I'm going to go with my original mission to try and knock down as many homeboys as I can. Okay, so I'm going to start with the guys that have no conceal bonus because they're the ones that are probably going to die the most. Okay, so I got 2d6. I'm going to fire against your d6 militia immediately to my north in Lima 5. However, I have to subtract 1 from my roll because I'm taking opportunity fire against pedestrians. This is a rule we tend to forget. So I'm trying to not forget it this time. That's 2 for the guy in the blue shirt, 1 for the pistol guy in the white shirt, 1 for the pistol guy in the checkered shirt, and I'm going to save Miss Hottie there. Why is she wearing pumps in the jungle? I don't know. She's a thing, I guess. So I'm going to roll those first 3 guys against the lead. Oh, I'm going to aim at the 3d6 RPK guy, or RPD guy in Lima 5. I do have to subtract 1 from all my rolls. You are rolling a d6 and subtracting nothing. You have no bonuses. You spend all 3 movement points. So just 1d6 for your defense dice. All right, and I'm rolling all these d6s and subtracting 1.
I got a 6, Jim.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, kill. That's what happens when you combine too many guys together. I should not have done that. But it's my rule screw up. I should have rolled those all separately. Okay, I will roll Miss Thing separately. So Miss Thing is going to fire her 2d6. Give me a d6 from your for your 3d6.
5.
Again, I can only tie you, which means nothing. A 6 becomes a 5 because of opportunity fire. Oh, that was terrible. I'm going to put this 3d6 guy against your 3d6 guy. You roll 1d6, I roll 3d6.
Aha, you got me this time. I got a 2.
Alright, 2. I have to subtract 1 from all my rolls. I still didn't hit you.
What?
Yeah, so 3. Again, I have to subtract 1. For opportunity fire versus pedestrians becomes a 2, and a tie is a miss.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah. That's okay. At least we're shooting at somebody now. Okay, everybody else is going to shoot at Norenia. Because, oh wait, I forgot, you guys have d8s. Alright, except for Pena. Pena rolls a d10 in defense. I am going to shoot at your Grenadier guy, Alvarez, with everybody else in my group. That's this Chica, her little BFF here, and Mr. 2d6. And I'm going to be smart about it this time and do it correctly. So d6 minus 1 versus your d8. This guy is a trained military soldier. He's not an operator. He doesn't get a d10. He's not a militia. He's not stuck with a d6. He's kind of in the
So I get a d8 plus 1 for the concealed?
Oh, yes, you are concealed. Yes. So
yeah.
d8 plus 1. Thank you for reminding me of that.
I got a 7 plus 1, 8.
Okay, I can't hit with that. That's Chica in purple, number 1. Roll again for, or I should say roll again for defense against 2d6 assault rifle guy.
I rolled a 4 plus 1.
It's a 5. I can't beat that because I'm subtracting 1. Roll 1 more time for the girl in blue.
I got a 4 again.
4 becomes a 5. I could conceivably beat that if one of these, if this d6 is an 8. Sorry, if this d6 is a 6. If my d6 is a 6, it becomes a 5. So here we go. 1. That's the worst. That's the opposite of what I needed. Alright, that opportunity fire phase was a steaming pile of dog shit. Absolutely nothing. Pretty much panic fire in the jungle. And now that squad is going to get pretty much torn up. Okay, other opportunity fire. I think that's it. Nothing else has range. Oh, I have these guys. Come on, I gotta at least kill some militia dudes. I already killed 1 operator. That's usually what we see in these games, is 1 operator down.
So the question is, did I have opportunity fire because you moved up? I had already moved.
Yeah, I asked you.
Oh, you did. You did.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah. So now here we go with, oh god, we're having an RPG duel over here. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's have this RPG duel just for fun be simultaneous.
Okay.
Alright, because otherwise, one stack is, if my 1d8 rolls really well, he's going to wipe out your entire stack before you get a chance to even, to shoot back. And you got 2 RPGs in there. So I'm going to roll a d8 for my RPG guy. It affects everyone in that hex equally. It's an explosive weapon. That's the little asterisk after the d8.
Okay.
Point blank bazooka battle in the jungle. This is right out of a stupid ass Rambo movie or something. All right, so come on, give me a friggin' roll for a change. This is really getting annoying. Get it in the box, please. A 6, I'll take it. All right, so a 6 affects everything in the hex. I'm pretty sure almost everybody in your hex is dead. Meanwhile, you're rolling 2 d8s against me because you have 2 RPGs in that hex.
I have a 3 and a 6.
Okay, so We're both kind of taking opportunity fire here against each other, so we're both subtracting 1 from our rolls. So basically the target number to beat is a 5 for both of us, because 6 was both of our best numbers. So we both have to roll to survive at least a 5 on all our guys. Because again, we both rolled 5s, adjusted. You always subtract 1 for opportunity fire versus pedestrians. And what was I going to say? A tie is a success, and none of us have any kind of terrain bonuses here. So I'm going to call it as I go, because we have to keep track of which guys survive and which ones don't. So, oops, hold on. I want to get where the dice tray and the hex are visible at the same time. Alright, so checker shirt guy dies. 3d6 light machine gun guy dies. 1d6 wife beater dies. RPG gunner dies. Blue shirt, green baseball cap survives. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not just going to delete them because they do count for victory purposes. He is okay. Alright, over here, again, first RPG gunner. D6 for you, please.
D6? Okay,
yep.
Here we go. 4.
He's dead. 3d6 for your light machine gunner.
3d6?
No, 1d6. 1d6 for this. This
yep.
is his attack.
2.
He's gone. Shirtless guy.
A 6.
He survives. RPG gunner.
A 6.
He survives. Other light machine gunner.
A 1.
He dies. And other good grief. Third light machine gunner.
5.
He survives. Alright, so I think you're going to wind up winning this little exchange. And it literally is an exchange, so it's old Avalon Hill games. What does this mean? EX. That means exchange on the combat results table. Pretty much everyone's dead. The guy who had more guys there to begin with has a few left over. Basically, it's Soviet tactics. Alright, for victory point purposes... I do not get full victory points for killing friendly militia. Otherwise, this game would be wicked unfair. Because friendly militia go down just as easy as hostile militia. Okay, so that's it for that little bit of fire up there. They both sort of take an opportunity fire against each other. I think we're ready to go to, oh god, here's where the blood really starts to flow. Here we go to operator pedestrian move, interpreter checks, if any. Technically, your interpreter is adjacent to enemy units.
Yep.
He's like shouting through the gunfire, oh, stop it. He could technically start to convert some people.
Alright.
Now they're hostile. He's got to roll a 5+.
On a d6.
On 1d6.
I got a 5.
Alright, cool. That is this stack. Actually, you know what? The rule says the whole hex, so... yeah. They had their shot. They saw how bad they were doing. They become ambivalent.
Oh my god.
So the game ends either on turn 6 or when there are no hostiles left on the table. So all these guys are now technically ambivalent. You just stole 8 guys from me.
That could have been ugly quick.
Well,
it hit on the wrong way.
If not, your fire phase comes next, and these people are all fried chicken, which is probably why they gave up. Because they saw all this coming right at them, and it was just like, oh my god, they were outflanked on 2 sides. Yeah, these guys were they were about to go down hard. Okay, so come on, please. Ugh, that's the only thing when you have to change a bunch of guys at once. See, now it's letting me change more than one at a time. It's not letting me do this before. But I won't complain because now it's working. Sweet. Alright, those guys are now all ambivalent. My interpreter is off running by himself because he wanted to be hidden.
Right.
No worries. So now we go to, here's what I've been dreading. Operator gunfire. Oh boy. And technically, my militia hex in kilo, what is that, kilo 8? They, or technically kilo 9, kilo 8. They moved after your friendly militia, so I did not get opportunity fire on them. So your friendlies are going to get to shoot at me first.
Yep. Let's do it.
Alright, cool. I was going to say, the only somewhat bad thing is that your super elite squad under Pena does not get to just unleash on those guys, because they're not, well, you still technically still can. If you just wanted to gun down all those A's, you just make sure you kill them all, because anyone who survives is now hostile again.
Right.
But this gunfire, definitely. They have not fired. I don't get to fire yet because I moved after you, so I don't get opportunity fire. So, yeah. It's another militia battle.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, so who do you want to shoot first, and who do you want to shoot at? I do get the bonus. It's not considered opportunity fire, so you don't have to subtract one from your rolls.
So let's do our PK guy.
Yes, you do have one. I see you there.
Yep.
This guy over here. Straight.
You know what? Let's do him. We'll do one dice for. We're just gonna go red shirt, green shirt, whatever that other greenish shirt is.
One guy you may want to knock out first is this RPG guy. If he
I
survives
didn't see
the
that
turn,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
if he survives the turn.
Yeah, the stupid subtitles are covering it. Sorry, couldn't see it. Let's you know what? Let's take him out. Let's just do 2 dice into him.
Okay.
And then we'll do the last dice into one of the 2d6 guys. It doesn't matter which one at this point.
So here I go with my 1d6 defense dice for my RPG guy. He gets to add 1 for the conceal bonus. So
I got a 6 and a 4.
Oof. Yeah, I get a 2, which becomes a 3. RPG gunner is down. Okay, and then you had 1 dice from this guy saved over. He was strafing on one of this.
We'll just do the green shirt, the 1d6.
Okay. I'll roll a d6 for him as well.
I got a 3.
4 becomes a 5. I survived that.
You survived. Yep.
Alright, so that's him taken care of. You got many more guys in that stack.
Yeah. So, let's go ahead and take white shirt against green shirt.
It's a pistol duel at 20 paces. That's a submachine gunner. That should be, hold on, error in the chart. That should be 2d6. He's carrying a submachine gun.
Oh, 2d6? Okay.
Same with this guy. Come on, Jim, pay attention. It's a WYSIWYG game. What the guy is carrying is what the thing should say. So 2d6 versus my 1d6.
I got a 1 and a 3. You survived.
Survived that one.
The green shirt against the red shirt.
Okay. Well, I'm going to win because my shirt's awesome.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, look at it.
Alright, ready?
Man, look at this. A 1, never mind.
I got a 5 and a 1.
He's very dead. The 5 beats my 2, my adjusted 2. Okay, that was this guy done. Oops.
Nope, green shirt. Yep. Alright, let's put on Mr. Fancy Pants there. He's going to take on the green shirt.
Okay, who also gets 2d6. God damn it.
Oh, is it 2? Okay.
They're submachine guns. The pistol guys.
It's hard to tell on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Could
my
have said
mistake.
pistol all day long and I wouldn't have known.
Yep. But then people notice on YouTube later and it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're shooting at also this
green
guy,
shirt.
technically.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Alright. Here we go.
Yep.
5 and a 6.
Alright, that beats my adjusted 3. That's it for this boy. And then we got... Okay, this woman is correct. She's carrying a submachine gun, 2d6.
Okay.
Assault rifle, 2d6.
So we're gonna have red shirt go against Mr. Wife Beater.
Okay.
So 2 up.
Yep.
I got a 6 and a 3.
My 3 actually ties, but that 6 beats me.
You get 2, don't you?
No, not for defense.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad.
And now, last but not least, we have Miss Thing, 2d6 versus mine 1d6. And one.
I got a 2 and a 5.
I could survive that with a 4 up. A 6.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
Thank you, conceal bonus. Alright, now, I'm pretty sure that's it. Because I don't think you want to blast away into the ambivalent guys.
No.
With this team or this team. This team has no tangos. That team just shot. The other team to the northeast did mutual opportunity fire. Let me zoom out. I think that was it.
I think that's it.
Okay, last guy that gets to shoot is, again, no tangos, opportunity fire. They're now ambivalent, they don't work for me anymore. This guy, 2d6, he's going to try and take a shot back at your 3d6 light machine gun dude. So I get 2d6 versus your 1d6, no penalties, no bonuses. It's just a straight out 3 versus 1. So hopefully I'll knock out that machine gun guy.
6.
Nope, not with a 6, because I can't beat a 6. Even if I roll a 6, it's a tie, and a tie is a miss.
So even if you get the plus?
I don't get any plus.
Oh, that's right.
That's concealed for defense.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, that concludes militia fire phase, because again I took most of mine early via opportunity fire. Put these guys in the boneyard for victory point purposes. Sweet. Alright. Holy crap. That turn was not as bloody as I thought it was going to be, but it was pretty bloody. There's no close combat because no one's in the same hex. No bleed out check. No... Yeah, that's it for the turn 5. I would really start to take a look at occupying some objective hexes.
Yep.
Cool, turn 5, we start off with street events table. Oh, I'll also check Mr. Chat. Rumble in the Jungle says, because science teacher. Awesome. Toughy ears, where's the drugs, dudes? Okay, hold on. We got some chat to keep up on here. Oh, wow, cool. Yeah, friendly on top, and Dutch says, yes, we had that. Yeah, cool, no worries. Thanks for the heads up in any event. Like in red. Not sure what that's in reference to, Lindbergher, but no worries. It's the cap that saves them. Hey, man, it's badass clothes. We'll do it to you every time. Let's see what else is going on here. In Mr. Chat. Oh, Ben Johnson says pizza is going in the oven. What kind of pizza? Where's the drugs, dudes? Okay, Toughy Ears is kind of kidding, but in all seriousness, the drugs are in 3 of the objective hexes. Those are the actual drug processing plants that the DEA and Colombian police are here to eliminate. But Twitch says he already took them all and got off the table, so I guess the game's over. And it's a Rumble in the Jungle says because science teacher. Anything going on in Twitch? Nothing new? Okay, cool. Because of Restream, I'm seeing everything on the first try. Alright. We are now going to begin turn 5 with our motivating determined threat level. There was operator gunfire last turn. Big time.
Yes, there was.
So, -1 for that. Explosion on the street. Yes, there were explosions. -2. There was a successful interpreter check, so that +2 equals out those 2 -1s. So it's a 0. 2d12 with no modifiers, please. Sorry, 2d6 is what I meant to say. Yeah.
I gotcha. I got a 4.
4. It goes one worse. It's down to quiet. Yeah, people are a little pissed off now. Probably RPG duels will do that. You're scaring away all the birds. Okay, 1d6, but we're only adding 1 on the street event table.
I got a 6 plus the 1.
Oh, another d6 of new friendly militia. Oh my god. Please don't roll it. If I roll another 6, I'm re-rolling. I'm declaring it now. Because I've rolled 2 6s now. 5.
Oh.
Shit. Alright. No RPGs this time. Pistol. Okay, Limburger, this answers your earlier question. Pistol, submachine gun, assault rifle, light machine gun. That's a more normal roll. Alright, let me go to my ambivalent force is like completely wiped out here. Let me go back to a previous turn and steal some from the previous turn. Because, hey, this is the good thing about digital gaming. I can paint miniatures really fast. Look at that, he's done. I need 2 submachine gunners. Oh, wait. I have no pistol guys here. Let me not make the same stupid mistake again. There's a pistol guy. Alright, I know it's kind of hard to see, but there is a difference. One of them's carrying a pistol.
Yep, I see it now, yep.
One of them's carrying like a Tech 9. So that should be a 2d6. But we're not using him for now, so it doesn't matter. That's a pistol. Then we got, why not? 2 more hotties for submachine guns and carbines. Assault rifle and light machine gun clown. Look at that, she's right from the gym with her little camouflage yoga pants. Ready to go! Alright, now these guys start off friendly, so I'll do the book work in just a second, but for now, I did not mean to zoom out that much. Where would you like this new group? Again, they start off friendly, so they start off working for you. They can be anywhere.
I would like them in
Where you
Yankee.
can split. Okay. Oh, what was that again?
Yankee 10.
Yankee 10.
Can you split them, or do they all have to stay in the same?
It does say 1 hex.
Okay.
So yeah, they kind of gotta be.
That's fine. Yankee 10, please. Because they have to be 4 away, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, from any objective hex or active combat unit. F.
Are they ambivalent? Yeah, they're friendly, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
they start off friendly.
Yep.
You rolled
Okay.
a 6, became a 7. They start off friendly.
Gotcha.
Apparently, these particular cartel guys made a lot of enemies in recent weeks among the local populace. Do it. Alright, cool. Alright, that takes care of street events. Ambivalent vehicle move, ambivalent pedestrian move.
Oh, did we do helicopter? Oh,
That starts,
it's operator vehicle. Yep, that's done. Sorry.
yeah. We just did street events. Ambivalent vehicle, ambivalent pedestrians. There are some ambivalent pedestrians. This whole crew here. That's one gigantic stack. Let's see who they work for. They work for me! Oh god, now I gotta move them. Ugh. So rather than join your crew, 1, 2, 3, they run away. Tell you what, just to make things a little less hairy, I'm gonna split them up. 1, 2, 3. And they're heading towards Talavera, because Talavera's gonna say, "Where the hell do you guys think you're going? I paid you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the gringos paid us too. Well, I'm gonna pay you again. Go out there and stop bullets for me. Speaking of which, I think that's all the ambivalent pedestrians. Triple check. Because most of them have either left the table or become friendly.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Then I'll go to hostile pedestrian move. Damn it. Okay. Move 1 hex, that's gonna give me the cover bonus. Not that. Oh, that was really annoying. Not that anyone's gonna be able to hit me, I don't think. But you never know. Also, it's a good habit to be in to always keep track of concealment bonus. These guys are cool where they are. This guy is not cool where he is, but he is cool where he is. He is going to take the covered and concealed bonus. He's going to make his last stand. I don't like his chances, but maybe the bonuses will help him out. Covered and concealed. You're basically digging a hole in the bottom of the jungle. Saying come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Oh, I have this guy. This guy is going to run away. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. He's going to try and join some of his buddies. My whole crew got wiped out, man. There are AUC guerrillas coming in from the north. ¿Qué pasó? What the hell's going on here? Excuse my Spanish. I apologize to a host of cultures. That's going to be it for my hostile pedestrian movements.
Okay.
I don't think there was any opportunity fire.
No.
Operator vehicle move. Now you roll for your Black Hawk. 4, 5, or 6.
4.
Sweet. He shows up. Blub, 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 blub. Here's a Black Hawk that's not on fire.
Yay.
All right, where's he going?
He's gonna go to Juliet 4. So he's just gonna come down the road there at Juliet 4. Yep.
He's just coming down the road, like you say?
Well, down that valley there, you know.
Right.
So he'd come down Golf 1, Hotel 1, Hotel 2 to Hotel 3 to India 4 to Juliet 4.
Okay, and what's the lowest elevation he's at? He has to be at least elevation 2.
2.
The lower the elevation, the more hidden he is from opportunity fire. Not that there's that much opportunity fire left anymore.
Yeah.
But again, the converse of that is the closer he is to ground or trees, and the tougher your navigation roll. But the worst possible navigation roll is a 5 up on D10, and that's if you're, on the deck at the lowest level, which you don't have to be. In fact, you can't be because you're on elevation 2 at the least.
So it'd be 3.
Okay, so elevation 3, that gives you a roll of 3+ on a D10. Don't fail the roll.
3.
Cool, you made it. It says 3+. He's got a couple of palm fronds rattling around in his tail rotor, but he did make it. At elevation 3, no, I literally have no opportunity fire. Elevation 3 between us, plus trees. Hell. Also can't reach you. Yeah, cool, you're safe. Alright, that's it for vehicle movement, operator, and that includes friendly militia, pedestrian movement.
Okay. Alright, for pedestrian movement, my team with the interpreter
Okay.
is going to move to November 6. So just right along the ridge line. Lima 6 to Mike 6 in November 6.
We're gonna have like a rap battle between the interpreters here. Join our team. No, join our team. These ambivalent guys go, I don't know who to join. Alrighty. No bonuses.
No
there.
bonus. Yep.
Okay. Other movement?
The team that's in Lima 5, load the helicopter.
Friendly militia are gonna jump in the helicopter. Hey, these are the guys we were sent to pick up. Hey, don't worry about it. See this stack of bills? I work for Pena. Don't worry about it. Pena gave me his girlfriend's phone number. One of several. That's fine.
And the team in Kilo 7, they're going to move to Mike 7.
Just in case they don't see things your way, you're going to blast them with these other fools. You really want to join our team, trust me. You don't want to see what happens if you don't. Okay.
And then the other team there by the helicopter, the crashed helicopter, just move them to Hotel 8.
All right, now they only spent 1 movement point, so they get the cover bonus, which is good because they're about to get lit up with militia opportunity fire. Oh god, this may not even be worth it. I may get lucky and clip one guy. So you roll d8s for, actually you roll 2 d8s because you're covered. 2 d8s, you take the best result. You don't add them together, you just take the best one.
Okay.
Okay? Unless I'm shooting at Murphy, which I won't be. Murphy gets a d10. He's a full special forces guy. Assault rifle, saw, and sniper rifle. I am going to be going after the saw guy, Mr. Blanco. Alright, so first, shirtless guy with the brown hat. I'm rolling my 2d6, you roll 2d8, we'll see which is better. My best is an adjusted 5.
We got a 6 and a 4.
He survives. Okay, 1d6 for shirtless, Crocs, and pistol. He really knows how to dress up for a special occasion.
I got a 7 and a 4.
Yeah. White t-shirt guy with the AK, 2d6. If you had an adjusted 4.
I got a 6 and an 8.
Okay. Not last but not least. All right, Miss Thing, 2d6.
9.
You got a what?
Got a 1 and a 2.
1 and a 2. She just shot somebody.
Yes, she did.
Okay, so Mr. Blanco is now on the wound table. We'll figure that out in just a second. All right, last but not least, 3d6. This is my light machine gun guy. This is the last guy. Subtract 1 from all my rolls. Add 1 to both of your d8s. I
got a 6.
With a 6 I can't beat. Okay, but Little Miss Muffet here, Little Miss Buttercup did actually score ahead. All right, on Mr. Blanco, d6. I will now roll on the wound table because this is the wound I inflicted. So obviously, guys, again, for people who may not have noticed this or may not have watched this in the past, when militia get hit, they just run away because they're done. You know, once they start bleeding, they lose interest real fast. Trained soldiers get to roll on the wound table. One of many ways that trained soldiers and operators are much better than militia. That's why they're always outnumbered 2 or 3 to 1 in these games. So I'm going to roll 1d8 as high as I can. I'm sorry, 1d6 as high as I can on this wound table. Turn on Mr. Webcam. This is an important one.
It is important.
Here we go. A 2.
Yes!
Light wound, no effect. He has basically a sexy scar. He gets to go home and get free drinks out of at the bar back in Bogota. Alright, so didn't quite dodge the bullet, but in game terms, yeah, you dodged the bullet. Also, I am no longer covered and concealed because I just opened fire. So I go from covered and concealed to just covered. Alright, that's it for that opportunity fire. Let's continue your movement phase. And before I
only have one thing. Oh no, 2 units left.
Before I forget, so I don't fire them again. Alright, cool. You've got these 3 guys up here and the new unit over here to the southeast.
So the new unit is just going to beat feet down the road to that objective.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Those guys up there are going to assault or close combat, whatever we're calling it. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, he spent 1 movement point. Now, it's not going to matter for close combat, but I do take opportunity fire as you're coming into the hex. So 1 movement point is covered. And I'm only going to be covered. Now, everyone in the hex is now covered. You go up 1 to covered, I go down 1 to covered. And we are going to roll 2d6 against the, not the RPG guy. The RPG guy can't shoot at me while we're in the hex because he'll blow himself up. Nevertheless, I don't like RPG guy. So I'm going to take my 2d6 versus your 2d6 because you're covered. You get to roll 2d6s now.
Okay.
My 2d6, I have to subtract 1 from my rolls because I'm taking opportunity fire versus a pedestrian. I get a modifier.
I wish I had a camera on, Jim. I have double 6s.
Oh no! Alright, so that's it for my opportunity fire. All right, cool. So that's it for that. That's it for operator movement.
Yep.
Interpreter checks. Oh man.
Ooh, this is gonna get interesting.
We almost have to roll like this has never happened before.
Simultaneous or something?
We almost have to roll like operator initiative or something.
Yes.
Because my Talavera is adjacent to 2 stacks of ambivalence, and your Norenia is adjacent to 2 stacks.
So the question is, you can't do both, right? You can only pick one hex.
It says, does it say that?
I don't know. That's the question.
If it says that in the rules, this has never happened before. We're in uncharted territory.
To
turn a whole hex from ambivalent to friendly. If interpret is in or adjacent to any militia, roll a d6.
Yeah. So technically, you could do both.
Yeah, but
you're adjacent to both.
I'm adjacent to both. You're adjacent to both. So
Yep.
Tell you what, let's just do it this way. I'm gonna roll a d6. You roll a d6.
Okay.
Because the 2 hexes are also not equal.
Right.
Like hex N7 is a little bit more valuable than O7.
Uh-huh.
So whoever rolls higher gets to pick first. I roll a 3.
I rolled a 4.
Alright, so which hex do you want to try with Norenia?
Well, obviously I'll go for the big hex.
Alright, so that's the November 7. Try to roll a 4 up on 1d6.
I rolled a 1.
He fails. Alright,
Yeah.
Mr. Talavera is now going to choose. He chooses the same hex in November 7 since you failed. He will try November 7. Again, I also have to roll in, come on, a 4 up. He also fails. So after all that drama, no one's listening to either pitch. Well, we're tired of you guys telling us what to do. Alright, so everyone there is still ambivalent. That was anticlimactic. Alright, that's it for interpreter checks. Oh, wait. You tried and failed against that hex. Now it says any and all. So now you can try against this other hex.
Yep. Alright, 4 up.
Yep.
Got a 4.
Okay, so they make it. Back to my turn. I already tried and failed on this hex. These guys just turned to friendly. I can try and turn them
back
to ambivalent in the same turn. He fails. Alright, so now we've gone through the motions. We've been fair. We've done everything the way it's supposed to.
Isn't that some shit?
There's a lot of fast talking going on in those hexes. Oh man,
There's a lot. Somebody's making it rain with those hundreds.
So, yeah. There's just a veritable shitstorm of blow and drugs and everything else I'm going to get banned off Twitch for saying.
Ooh, boy.
So, yeah, now it's not letting me do it again. But, yeah, these are all friendlies. It's just going to take me a couple seconds to make the adjustments. Alright, so that's the end result.
Alright.
Now we go to... There's nobody wounded except for Blanco, and he's fine. He's like, nah, man, I'm going to pick up, women at the local bar with this scar. This is going to be awesome.
Right.
Operator small arms.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Going to be a little bit of that.
Yeah, now it's going to be bloody, because I blew all my opportunity fire. Oh, no. Alright, guys, we finally have operator shooting at militia at point-blank range. The only good news for me is I am covered. So I do get to roll my defense dice twice. So who do you want to shoot first? You have no grenade launcher guy in there.
No.
You have Murphy with a shotgun. He gets a D10 plus 1 because he's within 3 hexes. Falcone has the M16A2. Gabras has the M16A2. Blanco has the saw. And Escanuela has the sniper rifle.
Let's start with Murphy.
Murphy says shotgun time. D10 plus 1. Who's he shooting at?
Let's have him take out the green shirt.
Okay, Mr. Light Machine Gun Clown.
Yep.
Alright, roll a D10, add 1 to the result because shotguns get a range bonus at 1 hex. Because shotgun, and here's the plot.
I rolled an 8 plus the 1 is a 9.
It doesn't matter what I roll. I can't beat a 9. That is this dude whose body lays back in this creek somewhere. Splash. Okay, that's it for Murphy. Who else is shooting?
Okay, so then let's go ahead and take Gabras
against... This is another mistake on my part. Operators get 46 on that. I really need to take more time checking these numbers.
That's all right, Jim. It's no big deal. Yeah, let's do Gabras against no shirt guy with no hat.
Okay, that's going to be 2d8 because again he's a trained soldier, not an operator, so his numbers go from an 8 from a 10 to an 8. So he gets 2d8 versus my 2d6. I might
7.
Nope,
and a
not
5.
a 7. Boom, he's done. Okay, that's it for Gabras. That's it for Murphy. Okay, we got 3 guys left.
How about we have Falcone?
Okay, M16A2 service rifle versus which?
Yeah. Let's take out the chick.
Equal opportunity ass kicking here. All right.
That's right.
Oh God. She
geez.
wants to die.
I got a 6 and a 5.
She literally leapt into the bullet. That was pretty terrible. Okay, we got Blanco and Escobar.
Let's do Blanco. He'll do 2 into each guy.
Okay. 2d6 versus my 2d6 on both of them.
Yep.
So we'll do. This looks like the Cleveland Browns hat first. 2d6
Sure.
with no shirt on. So
A 5 and a 1.
That's what you get for rooting for Rasmus's football team.
Double
6s.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah. He says, bring it. Bullets bounce off those pecs, man. I'm swole. You need these gains. Okay, the other 2d6, meanwhile, go into his buddy down here.
Yep.
I get a
2 and a 1.
2 and a 1. Okay, he also survived that. So, Mr. Blanco, when he got hit, I guess he kind of went, or that he saw his girlfriend go down.
Yeah.
She shot him, and he was in love for a second, and now she's toast. Escobar, you got to take out one guy.
Let's take out no shirt.
1d10 plus 1 versus my 2d6.
Yeah, we'll take out no shirt.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Becomes a 10. I can't beat that. He's toast. Come on. I don't want to just delete these guys off the map. Would be the faster way, but oh my God, how long is this map?
You made it.
I know, right? I want helicopters. I have to draw a big map for helicopters, so it becomes a big thing. I am still covered.
You are still covered.
Fired.
Yep.
All right, I'll just don't make sure I don't shoot him again. You're still covered. No worries there. Next piece of operator fire is probably
yeah, this mess. Can they shoot through ambivalent guys to hostile guys, or does that cause an issue?
That will turn them hostile.
That will turn them hostile.
It looks like the only line of sight we have is Oscar 7 to Oscar 8.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I actually have a little bit of advantage here. Oh, you know what it is? These apparent, ladies just don't like each other. There's something going on. They were all going after the same guy, so something happened. That's why they're going to start blasting away. Oh, Talavera. That's what it is. They all want... Talavera's in a hex with 3 cuties now. Oh, my God. I wonder. What's that movie? John Tucker Must Die? This is the Colombian version. Okay.
Right, so
technically, you shoot first. Yeah, because you're technically militia. Or technically
Mr. Blue Shirt is going to go after Talavera.
Okay, cool. Go for it. I get to roll 2d6. Remember, if you kill Talavera, he is worth 3 points. If you capture him in an assault, he's worth 5. But no worries. 2d6.
I got a 5 and a 1.
I get a 4. Talavera's down. Because I don't get any pluses. Yep. Okay, I was just checking, because that's an important guy. It's basically my commander. Oh no! No-name militia guy took out Talavera. Alright, that's 3 victory points for you. Okay, next guy in the red shirt.
He will put 2 into Blonde Lady.
Alright. Miss Bottle Blonde is gonna catch something else. Oh, maybe
a
not.
5 and a 4.
Hell
Oh,
no,
you
man.
beat me.
All
Yep,
that peroxide. All that peroxide came off her head, deflected the bullet. Okay, then we have 2 Pistolero chicas. They are, in fact, carrying pistols. The numbers are right for a change.
We'll have the the black-haired girl go against the gray pants, blue pants, whatever those are right there. Yep.
The people over there on the left. Cool. 1d6 versus my 2d6.
I got a 2.
I got a 3. I'm good.
Yep.
And then purple versus red in the center.
Yep.
Again, 1 versus 2. Your 1 versus my 2.
I got a 6.
Shot or dead. 1 pistol shot through the woods. Pang! Done.
Now the girls are angry.
It turned into a cat fight over there. Holy crap, look at that. That's all of a sudden. And I don't want to get all social, but living here in South Florida, I have seen 2 Colombian women go at it in a nightclub. I did not want to get in the middle of that. Out came the claws, out came the teeth. They were not playing around, man. Holy shit. And hair flying in all directions. It was ugly quick. Okay, oh god, yeah, we have more.
Yeah, we got one more big battle up north.
Okay, so I would not recommend firing the RPG at this time because you would probably kill yourself. But you have 2 assault rifle guys, and if my guy is still alive, we go to close combat.
Yep.
Which I doubt my guy will say. He might be.
You never know.
I get 2d6s, I'm still covered.
Yep.
Alright, so do you want to fire your light machine gun guy first?
Yep, light machine gun, so 3d6.
Ooh, yeah, he might be dead.
A 6, 2, 1.
Very toast. Yeah, knife fights happen very, very infrequently. Because everyone's got guns. Nobody brings guns to a knife fight. We all learned that from Sean Connery. Rest in peace. Okay, so that's 1 hex to you. Good to go. Soon to be more, I'm sure. I think that's it for operator gunfire.
I believe so.
Militia small arms. Who's left? He took opportunity fire, so I can't shoot him. These 2 have not yet fired.
Nope.
This clown has not yet fired. But he's going to be firing into ambivalent, so he will not fire. But these 2 definitely will. Okay, the cat fight continues. However, I'm not actually, because these girls have some kind of sense. They're not going to shoot at their frenemies over here, even though that would be funny, because they're only carrying pistols. I'm going to be shooting at the assault rifle guys.
Okay.
So 2d6 versus this 2d6. You only get to roll 1d6 though, because you have no bonuses. I get a 4.
I got a 4 as well.
Tie is an S, so no joy there. Okay, 2d6 versus green baseball cap. A 5.
4. You got that one. Yep.
Zing. What did you call me? Bottle blonde. I'll show you bottle blonde. There's a couple things I'm not gonna say here because I don't want to get kicked off of Twitch. But all right. Took opportunity fire. No valid targets. Just shot. He's dead. No targets. I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, for the militia in these games, it's usually opportunity fire. All right, that's it for militia gunfire. No close combat after all. We almost had some. No bleed out check. We begin the last turn of the game. I'm going to lose at least 2 more objective axes. But that's okay. Oh, actually probably 3. 1, 2... That's cool. Alright, so, which is good. You have to take most of them or else you will lose by default on points. Okay, we begin with street events. Oh my god. This is going to be crazy. There was definitely some operator gunfire last turn. -1. There were definitely some explosions. There wasn't a successful interpreter check. I did not get a successful interpreter check, so that -2 remains the same. So I think I was about to think it was a bad one, but it comes out...
we didn't have an explosion this last turn, Jim.
We didn't launch RPGs at each other?
No, not on this turn. That was a previous turn. Because remember, we held back on my...
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it might be +1.
Yeah.
Your Grenadier did not shoot. I had no other RPGs. Yeah, you're correct, actually. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So that -1 will not apply. That one does. That
one
+2
does.
applies. +1 net. 2d6, add 1 to the result.
2d6, adding 1. I got a 4 + 1, 5.
Is a 5. 5 is, it gets 1 worse. 2 to 6 is worse.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going down.
Yep.
Okay, roll 1d6, add nothing. Or subtract nothing on the street event.
I got a 5.
5. 1 new ambivalent hex, d6. But the difference is you get to place it. But they are ambivalent. Now, damn it, I'm going to roll a low number this time. Because I'm tired of just piling up all kinds of dudes. 1 new militiaman shows up. He's carrying an assault rifle. Let me find one here that's easy. I'm just going to grab an assault, this guy here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Make him yellow A. Yeah, literally one dude shows up. He's like, what's going on over here? No one invited me to the party. Does it matter with you? Yeah,
no, you can put him anywhere.
You can actually... Alright, I'll just stick him... You never know. He might turn good. He'll snatch that hex. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 4 hexes away. Alright, that takes care of street events. I should know this by now. Ambivalent pedestrian movement. Okay, the one new clown that just showed up, just to slow down my game. He works for me. Actually, he's just gonna go down the road. 1, 2, 3. He's literally on his way to work. Goddamn cartels have another battle. I'm just trying to get to work. Alright, I would say he's just a civilian, but he is carrying an AK, so... okay, other ambivalent militia. This group that's in the middle of this just whirlwind. He's in the eye of the storm. Yep. Let's see what they're doing. They also work for me. I can't convert them because I lost my leader. So the best thing I can do is kind of get them out of the way. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and that's going to be it for that. I'm pretty sure that was all the ambivalence.
Yeah, that's it.
Sweet. We now go to hostile pedestrian move. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So these two people remain covered and concealed. This group is going to go down to just concealed. Because they spent 2 movement points. The other 2 people in the hex moved 0 movement points. Friendlies, friendlies, friendlies. I think I'm just about dead. That's like my whole army. These guys up here are toast. Yeah, surprise, surprise, for people who've seen this game before, the militia tends to get tabled. I have one guy left here. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna fall back to that little trucking station. He's no longer covered. I think that's it for my movement. We now go to your vehicle movement. Your new Blackhawk has already arrived, so no roll for that. But you can now move your Blackhawk.
Can you scroll it just a little bit more, please? Alright.
So for Blackhawks, let me get the entire map on the table.
Yep.
Oh. That is the entire map.
All right. Can you move the Blackhawk onto the objective in Echo 12?
Okay, so I'm assuming that you're gonna like curl around
Yep.
this way somewhere, so there's no opportunity
Yep.
fire. You get opportunity fire from the one Yahoo down there, but
That's
it's
fine.
literally one guy with a.
Yep.
The guys you gotta watch out for are RPGs. I think you've taken them out. RPG into a Blackhawk is not a good thing.
Nope.
All right, 2d6. No hits. And a 5 up at least a hit.
Yep.
Okay, and that's opportunity fire for him. Blackhawk. I'm assuming the people jump out of the Blackhawk.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And then we go to operator pedestrian movement.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move the guys down in the southeast and just move them down the 1 hex to occupy that.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead. 1, 2,
Just about done here, folks.
4. All right, let's go ahead and move Murphy's group onto the next objective hex.
Murphy did his part. Pena, how about you pull your head out of your ass and do your part?
Oh, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming.
The two characters in the show are always arguing.
All right, so then we're gonna take that militia, the 3 in Quebec. I think is that
Oscar 7.
Yeah, and we're gonna move them into Papa 9 or whatever that is.
You're actually going to bail in, run into the objective hex?
No, is that 8 above them?
8 is just above it, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's only 2 movement points. They get the concealed bonus.
And then the other militia group in Mike 7.
Yep.
They're going to move into Oscar 9. Or no, I'm sorry, Oscar 10 if they can.
1,
Are they able to?
2, 3. Now they can get to Oscar 9.
No.
That's with all 3 movement points.
No, I don't want them there.
Okay.
I don't want them there. Move them. Can they move into the same hex as the other team?
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Put them in there, please.
I mean, it gets confusing, but technically there's no stacking limit. Because these are single people, and these hexes are at least 20 yards across.
Sure.
So you can have like a little rave going.
Nice.
Oh my god, look at that mess.
And then lastly, Pena's team's going to Oscar 9.
Alright. I'm putting all opportunity fire into Pena's team because I get points for knocking down operators. I think this is where Limburger's character is. Limburger, I think your time is up, man. Let me make sure here. Oh my god, look at this mess. Yeah, this was you, right, Limburger, with the pistol? If memory serves. If I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. But he's guarding the objective hex. Alright, opportunity fire. Everything we've got into these characters, and this time I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to screw things up. First thing we're going to do is Mr. Alvarez. I want to knock down that grenadier. So who's my most powerful shooter? I have 3 assault rifle people. Assault rifle, basically 3 guys at 2d6. Alright, so Mr. Assault Rifle guy, Alvarez, roll 1d8, because you moved all 3 movement points, 1d8.
8.
Oh, I can't beat it, that's it for him. Okay, roll 1d8 again for the first woman.
I got a 3.
I got a 3, it's a tie. A 1 and a 3, I should turn on my camera. That was a 1 and a 3, so that was a tie. Miss Blondie here, turn on the camera in advance. A 4 and a 5.
8.
Okay, you beat that. Someone's getting lucky. White t-shirt guy. 1d6 only. 5. There we go.
I got a 2.
Boom. All right. White t-shirt guy landed a hit on Alvarez. We'll see what that is in just a second. And last but not least, here comes Mr. Limburger with his very stylish shirt. I don't know who designed that shirt for you, but that thing's awesome, man. The enemy should get either a +1 or a -1 to hit you. That +1 to spot, -1 to hit, because it's so bright at that. And blue Crocs, very, very nice, especially in the jungle. All right, so 1d6 versus Alvarez's 1d8. Here we go. You never know.
Got a 3.
A 6! Limburger scores another hit on him. All right. Good shooting, Mr. Limburger. All right. Mr. Limburger, I take back all the trash I was talking about you. All right, so first we have Mr. White T-shirt guy. First of all, zoom out a little bit so the spreadsheet is manageable. Okay. Wound table. Guy with the white T-shirt rolls on Alvarez. A 5. That is incapacitated. He's basically unconscious. And then Limburger shot is a 3, which is severe. So he's severe and incapacitated. He's going to have to make 2 med checks.
Yep.
Yeah, he's all kinds of messed up. He may die in the bleed out check phase, but possibly not. But he is definitely going to be some victory points. Not the full kill, because at least at the moment he's still alive. So I've got an inc and a severe. Damn it. Alright, cool. And that's all fire from out of that X.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Mr. Limburger, that's all you and that's probably the last thing you and your crew are ever going to do. Although Limburger is covered and concealed, he may survive.
He may.
Or, you never know. Alright, so that's it for my... I took opportunity fire to the west. I just took this opportunity fire for all the good it did me. Actually, it did do me some good. There's no one left up here. I think that's it for movement and
I think that's it, yeah.
Oh no. You know what comes next, right?
Mm-hmm.
My gird. Let's start in the west and work our way across the map.
Okay.
Because there's a lot. Okay, first of all, we technically have...
I'm just going to unload all of them into that thing. So I got D6, D6. So I got 1, 3.
Yeah, I dive in there. So yeah, roll 1d6 versus my 1d6.
I got a 2.
I got a 1. So Miss, she literally just hops her sexy little ass out of the Black Hawk and just brings this ass out. Yeah, that was like super quick. These other guys never even got a chance to shoot. Mr. RPD guy was like, I was all set, man. I had a whole belt of ammo. Whatever, dude. You're done. Alright. No targets. Oh god, many targets. I'm gonna start like a little. These aren't you guys. These are X7 is a boneyard. Oh Lord have mercy. All right. Who?
So they lose their concealment bonus, right? Because they shot.
They are no longer concealed. They are only covered. So basically, they get to roll their defense dice twice, but because where the hell's the concealed? Here we go. Because they now fire, they're obviously no longer concealed. Muzzle flashes, point blank range. There we go. Okay. So, and that only applies to, hold on. That only applies to the first 2 guys. So they were covered and concealed. They were only concealed. Everyone lost their concealed. So now they're down to just covered and they're down to nothing. So, okay. You've got literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people to fire into that X. Limburger, it was nice knowing you, buddy. Alright. Who is shooting first?
We'll do Herrera into Mr. Limburger.
Oh no! Okay, Mr. Limburger does get to roll 2 dice. Herrera gets 2d8. Limburger gets 2d6s.
I got a 1 and a 6.
I get a 5, which stays at a 5. Mr. Herrera, I don't know why you want to treat our subscribers that way. Mr. Limburger is toast. Okay, next person.
We'll have Diaz go ahead and take out Mr. White Shirt there.
Okay. 2d8 versus my 2d6. No, 1d.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the other guy that gets 2.
Yep.
All right.
A 4 and a 9.
You got him. All of a sudden, my defense dice just gave up on me. All right, so that's it for that.
Pena.
Pena's finally going to do something. 2d8.
He'll take out Mr. Camouflage guy.
2d10s because he's got M4 or M16 with better, probably a KR, CAR 15 or something in those days. But anyway, 2d10 versus my single d6 because these guys do not have the cover bonus. 6.
I got a 9 and a 9.
All I got is a pair of 1s and another pair of 1s. All right, Pena brained him out. Alvarez does not get to shoot because he's incapacitated.
Nope, he's incapacitated, yep.
And Narania has no weapons, so I think that's it for that stack. That's okay, you've got another whole stack.
Ooh. Well, let's just take Mr. Green Shirt there, 3d6, and take out the blonde.
All right. 1d6
no bonuses,
for me.
no.
You get 3.
5, 6, 3.
Flat. This game is very killy, folks. Okay, there's literally like another whole swarm of.
Hey, I'll take my version of Mr. Limburger.
Oh, there you go. Limburger's twin. Limburger didn't actually die. He switched sides.
And 2D6. We'll go at. Yep. I got a 5 and a 2.
Okay, I could survive this. I do not survive this. Close.
Yep. I think that's it.
I believe so, because the game is starting to wrap up here in a little bit. Oh, look at this carrion feast. This buzzard wagon of just dead flesh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I think that is... Oh, one pretty important roll that's left.
Oh, bleed outs.
Yeah, no one made a medic check because everyone was shooting.
Right.
So now it's just whether or not the bleed out check takes him away. He is incapacitated. Actually, he's got to make for 2, so he may have lost another guy here. Incapacitated.
I'd have severe and incapacitated.
Oh, the only difference is the stabilization check, sorry. So you have to make 2 bleed out checks and both of them 5 up. Roll 2d6, try not to have either of them be a 5 or a 6.
3 and a 4.
He actually lives.
What?
Yep, and then on turn 7 someone will stabilize him. Also, it's the end of the game, so he automatically survives. Alright, so that is it. That is game.
That is?
Because I have no one left alive that is point blank. I literally have, you've tabled them. There's no villains left. There's no militia left at all. So even if it wasn't turn 6, the game is over. The game ends either at the end of turn 6 or when there are no red H's on the table. So the game ended twice. Sweet. Alright, let's take a look at Mr. Score here. Alright. Oh god. Okay, so I'll get 1 point per cartel figure eliminated, 3 points for eliminating Tabera. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23. So 23 in kills, and I think that's it. Okay.
You pretty much, I think, won, Jim.
2 points per severe wound result. There was 1 2-point severe wound point. 4 points for an incapacitated. So I should say 2 plus 4. Come on. Plus 4. There was 1 kill. There was 1 aircraft knockdown.
Right.
And I have 1 objective hex that's not owned by
right.
The good guys. 24. Did I win by 1 point?
You won by 1.
Whoa! All right. Yeah, and I do not get points for killing militia guys, because that would literally defeat the purpose for the militia, for the government player to try to turn informants or whatever, and they died just too fast. So those 4 guys, there's no joy there. That was a kill. You got 1 severe wound, 1 incapacitated wound, and I still own 1 hex. So, tell you what though, that was a hell of a comeback after that first really unlucky roll with that first Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so game balance wise, how was that? Did it
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
You know, outside of the Blackhawk going down in the first, I was like, how the hell? Because I know they can take punishment, but you know, sometimes it just happens that way. You know, it could have been the pilot got hit, you know, whatever. So, you know, you take it with it as it is, because you have to look at it from an abstract point of view versus, you know, but no, I thought it was pretty balanced.
They flew within, like, well, let's think about it. I mean, you're probably right. They flew within 100 yards of, I think it was 2 assault rifles, which again does seem pretty unlikely. Whatever the hell was there. 2 assault rifles. SX over here. A light machine gun, 2 assault rifles, a light machine gun, a submachine gun, and a pistol. Well, the pistol's a joke. You're not going to shoot down a Blackhawk with a pistol or a submachine gun. But everybody else, yeah, 2 assault rifles and a light machine gun. I mean, now what did it was when I rolled a 10 on that.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean that's, you know, it is what it is.
Although I think Limburger's right. I need to. It's supposed to be a D6 for a small arms set. I'm gonna have to change that. I think I did screw something up there, or at least make up a new chart for helicopters.
You know, because you got to put in the speed of the helicopter or nap of Earth. I mean, it's not easy to shoot an aircraft when it's moving, especially when you're doing an assault landing. You know, because we come in fast, we come in hot. But I mean, But that's not to say it won't happen.
Well,
so,
yeah,
I mean,
the coming in nap of the Earth is the reason why everybody else didn't shoot. I mean,
yeah.
I had 4 other stacks that were within range.
Right.
They all didn't shoot because nap of Earth and no line of sight. Otherwise, it would have been. I zoomed out too far here. Opportunity fire, including RPGs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opportunity fire, including RPGs. Okay, it only would have been 2 other stacks, but it would, you would have been taking fire from 3 sides instead of 1.
Right.
So the nap of the Earth part did work. What might not have worked was the damage.
Right. And like I said, there's always the off chance that, you know, you got a light machine gun and AKs. We're assuming AK type variants.
Yeah.
You know, you hit the crew. It could happen. You know, I mean, there's always that possibility. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten up that chart because that chart is for ground vehicles where. They're a lot closer, but they're a lot. They tend to be a lot tougher. Those trucks. That's what the chart was originally built for. Those trucks that were driving around in Benghazi were taking the windshield was taking full AK firepower from hood range. The guy was standing at the headlights and then loaded a full mag into the windshield, and not with like a carbine, like a full AK 30 caliber assault rifle. And it spiderwebbed the windshield, but nothing got through. So tougher to hit a helicopter. Helicopter's also about 10 times the size of a ground vehicle. So that kind of trades, one to the other. And then it's, if the helicopter does have a problem, you can limp along a little bit with the truck. If the helicopter loses a tail rotor or something like that, I mean, I know these helicopters can definitely take damage. That would never happen with an Apache. An Apache is full bulletproof, to my knowledge, if not light cannon proof, unless it takes an unlucky hit in the tail rotor or something like that. But either way, I think, because I think I tried to shoot down Rasmus's helicopter. I damaged one, but it didn't actually crash. It kind of limped off the field. It dropped off its troops and then limped off the field. And then the other one I just straight out missed. So this is the first helicopter that's ever been shot down in Sitrep skirmish. So yeah, I think it might be a little too easy. I think you may be right.
But you rolled a 10. If it was like, oh, I rolled a 7 and shot it down, then I would say, yeah, that there's something out there. But a 10, yes, I would say, that seems right.
First of all, anything has to roll a 5 or a 6 on a d6.
Yeah.
Because the militia don't have, they're not very well armed. Or they're not very well trained. Now, if a helicopter, okay, let's go ahead and flip this. Let's say that a helicopter was flying over a Delta Force squad in that same group. Okay, they're rolling d10s with their weapons, and they have to score a 6 up. It's a lot easier for a d10 to score a 6 up than a 6 up. I'm sorry, to score a 5 up. Than it is for a D6 to score a 5 up. So a Black Hawk flying over with the same weapons, just different guys. A Black Hawk flying over like a Green Beret, SAS, Delta Force squad is probably going to get smacked out of the sky. So I think they are a little too easy. But we can totally look into that in future runs of the game. I definitely did like the call on the new helicopter rule. We didn't really have that written into the conditions, but I'll definitely add that in future editions.
Well, I was just thinking because, if they have comms, they could always call for additional helicopter. If they didn't have the comms or they were out of, comms, then no, you can't call for another helicopter. So honestly, it would be scenario based.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that any kind of a tank
because
that's going
typically,
they're going.
You would always fly with 2 helicopters.
And they're probably going to be going against more than one target in this immediate area. I mean, they came like these little clusters, and they're probably hitting them all at once. Otherwise, the cartel is just going to run away to the other, from one rat hole to the other rat hole, and you're never going to get them.
Right.
They have to hit them like in these big dragnets all at once. So, Bravo target just lost their Black Hawk. Charlie or Delta, target can fly over and help them out or something like that. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm just checking out the stream here. Oh, damn, Dutch is getting bloody in the chat, man. Damn, you got into it. Apaches are flying tanks. Yeah, I've heard that they can take some pretty heavy punishment. I've heard that from American sources, so I never take that with a complete.
Well, you should ask Gaz. He would know.
This is just very true. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Damn, Tough Years. Tough Years is like, you could run for a long time, but sooner or later they're going to cut you down. Absolutely. Yeah, there was a lot going on there with Dutch and Tough Years, especially at the end there when Dutch actually got into the battle. No worries though, guys. Dutch, you did actually win me the game. Seriously. You did those last, it was either the last 2 or the last 4 victory points with incapacitation or severe wound on Alvarez. So quite literally, you're the one that put our score up to 24 instead of 23 or 22. Sorry. So yeah, it was your pistol shot that actually did win the game. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, it happened on stream. We all just saw it, and we figured out the score. All right, guys. Unless there's anything else going on in Mr. Chat, I will check both streams super fast. Technical win is the best. Yeah, we're trying to get better with our victory conditions. It's really encouraging when the victory conditions come down nice and close, or the victory points come out nice and close. That's a good sign that we're getting close as far as tightening up the results, the game-driven results of the game, and not just because narrative wins are always fun, but you also do want to have a nice, clear win. You want to know at the end of the game, who won and who lost. Obviously, the enemy crew was wiped out. Obviously, the drug lab was wiped out. Clearly, it's a kind of a trick of the turn sequence. that Bill did not get that last drug lab. If the game was going one more, there's literally no cartel guys left. So it's kind of a cheesy win. But again, turn 6 is the end of the game. It's just, how long can they, maybe they had a bomb in there just to go off at the end of turn 6, and now it destroyed all the evidence. But either way, the drug lab is definitely wiped out, as we often see with asymmetrical wargaming. The militia's dead no matter what. Just get used to that fact. It's just whether or not you can cost the free world forces too much. And Pena has to go back to Bogota now and explain how he lost Colonel Carrillo and how he lost the Blackhawk for a handful of Colombian drug labs.
So Jim, I have a question for you. How would, I would have gotten more points for capturing him. How would the capture happen?
Like it says in the chart, if you take him with an assault.
So in the assault, he wouldn't die. He would be captured. Okay.
Yep. If you take him in an assault, that's actually what happened in our playtest with Rasmus. Rasmus was playing the Russian Spetsnaz. I was playing the Mujahideen in 1985 Afghanistan, and my version of that was a CIA operator who was, helping out the Muj with stingers and so on. And if you took the CIA guy in an assault, it actually did cost him a guy. So it came out kind of a wash. He got 5 points for the capture and ended up losing 6 points for a dead Spetsnaz operator. So it didn't work out points-wise. But we did actually playtest that rule. If you take him in an assault, he's considered captured alive.
Gotcha.
Totally.
Cool.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and shut down the stream. We've been up for almost 3 hours. So thanks very much again, Bill, for helping us out. Super appreciate it. And thanks, everybody.
No, I appreciate all your hard work. And guys in the audience, Jim puts a lot of hard work into these games. He puts his heart and soul into them. The best thing you can do is support him, is by supporting all of us on this channel, by liking, subscribing, sharing, and, reach out to Jim and, offer up, to be his opponent on, but give him some advance notice. Unfortunately, poor Jim really had to work last minute, burning the midnight oil to get this game ready because, I told him that, if we needed an opponent, I'd be happy to fill in. And, so it was kind of like, okay, this is the plan B option. So
yeah, because we didn't have any takers this week.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But yeah, we always have a backup. So no matter what, we'll always have something going.
Yeah.
And if it ever really comes down to it, I'll just turn on People's General and we'll invade Panama or we'll invade Taiwan. We've had people suggesting those kinds of scenarios. Yep. So yeah, we'll always have something. But I tell you what, we send out a weekly email for opponents. If you're into it, I can add you to that email list. Reach out to me on our Sitrep Discord. If you want, to tell you what I'll do. Before I shut down the stream, I will go ahead and put our Discord invite into the stream chat. Anyone who's in the stream that is not already a member of our Discord can go ahead and join our Discord. Oh, I'm in the wrong Discord. Damn it. I will have to figure that part out later. Damn it. How can I do that? Hold on. Oof, that's annoying. I gotta log out of this other one first, I take it.
Give me a second, Jim, and I can post it.
Okay, cool.
Which section do you want it posted under?
Anywhere in the chat, so we know.
Okay.
So that if anyone who's in our YouTube stream right now, or our Twitch or Facebook stream right now, who's interested in joining our Discord, who isn't in it yet, can go ahead and hit that invite. And we can line up a game there as well. We usually do it on Sunday. We start at about 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. GMT time, and we go from there. All right, so I'm into the.
Did you get in there? Because it's still.
Yeah, I got it. I just have to.
Just post it in Restream, and it will. I'm gonna post it in Restream, and that'll go across all our platforms.
Okay. Expires after never. I want a permanent invite, please.
I got it, Jim.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I see it there. Also, so does Because Science Teacher. Thanks, Because Science Teacher. Tell you what, I'll just throw this.
She already got it up. I'm too slow.
Oh,
Jen's already got it up.
I think
I'm going to post it again. Just
that may just be the Discord. This is the invite to the Discord. Either way, I've now posted in there, so we're good. And now we've got another one. Cool. So we've got multiple invites out there. It's all good. All right, guys. So again, reach out to us on Discord if you're interested in joining one of these games, or and we'll line something up. If not, keep tuned for. Let's see. You've got some stuff coming out on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Me and Marty are going to be working on some different scaled vehicles for our war scale.
Oh, sweet. So what scale is the best for different kinds of war games? We're going to get to the bottom of this answer. People love to argue about it, but we're going to get to the bottom of it once and for all. Except not, because people still like to argue about it. That's what makes our hobby so fun. All right, guys. So, all right, with that, we're going to go ahead and close out the stream again. Thanks very much for all your support. Thanks again, Bill, for helping us out with as an opponent for today's game.
Always.
Cool. And enjoy your week going forward. Don't work too hard, and we'll be in touch very soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.